Hello everybody. How are we doing? That was very loud. Hello everyone. How's it going? It's been a while. Hope you guys are having a good time. Hope you've had a good week. I haven't spoken to you in ages. Oh, and we're back. We're back with a Tale of Many Warhipsters. So tonight, things are a little bit different. Because I've been unwell. Rich is unwell. Adam's not around. So it's just me. So tonight we're going to try Tale of Many Warhipsters with just the Warhipster himself. Just myself. And of course you guys in the chat. So what I need all of you guys out there in the chat to be is extremely effusive with your praise of all the people out there. And we shall do this together. We shall get through this together. I wanted to get it in the books so that we didn't end up missing another month. So yeah, it's just me tonight. So you're getting my full undivided attention and praise. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. We're kind of testing out. It's a good opportunity to test the theory for the format of Tale of Many Warhipsters going forward for season 4. Because season 4, a few little plans in place are to be basically a case of do it a lot more frequently. But to do it in what would you say? To do it forever, basically, for it to become like not just a season-based approach. Because I know how much you guys love this series, and how much it's useful for some of you. So it would be basically a case of it will just be permanently monthly, but in order for it to be permanently monthly, there will be times where, of course, no one else is around other than myself to do it. So tonight seems like a good time as ever to test out the theory and see if it works. So I hope this one's just as good in perpetuity. That is exactly what I was going for, Flying Muttley. Thank you very much. Worst paid to hear says, before we begin today's tales, allow me to offer a portion of the back bribes from this week. I'll allow you to do whatever you like, sir, but thank you very much for a $200 super chat. Outstanding. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's very generous of you. Thank you. But hold your applause, because this might be a disaster. We don't know. Martin Spoon has been a member for 17 months. Thank you very much, Martin Spoon. 17 months, almost old enough for size 5 nappies. Well, let's see, that I didn't know. Hi, Josh. Glad you're okay. Yeah, thank you. I had a little bit of this morning. I woke up and I was like, oh no, not another day. I had a terrible headache, and my throat wasn't happy. But there we go. Is what it is. So if you guys are ready at home, this is where the format falls down when it's just me on my own, because if we hop across to the screen, as you see, it is just me, and it's now me talking about my own photographs. So yeah. Not great. Not a great start. But there we go. Anyway, so this is we start off with myself, as always. So here I am. This is what I decided I was going to put in for Tale of Many Warhipsters. This is the Hellsmith of Hashut. Funnily enough, I was inspired somewhat by the events of the last week to put the Hellsmith of Hashut in here, because we've just done, naturally, if you haven't already seen here on the channel, we've done the Hobgrot Vandals, we've done Uraktar, we've done a Demon Smith on foot, we've done Infernal Razors in the colours of Urzorn, and we've done some Anointed Sentinels as well. We've done a whole bunch of things. So at the moment, the only thing we haven't done is Muspelheim. That's the only thing that we don't excuse me, that we won't have a video for. So yeah, I wanted to put these in just to remind you guys these videos are available now. This is the Forge Anathema, but there we go. James is here, member for 22 months. Thank you very much. You did a wonderful job on these. That's very kind of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bribe so you praise yourself, damn it. Thank you for the $100 bribe to praise myself. Yeah, I was pretty pleased with how these came out. I see, as you guys are saying in the chat. Love the new ones. The blue/teal ones are probably my choice. Well, thankfully we've got a video of those coming out very, very soon if you haven't already seen it. I know I was in the team red camp for the Chorfs, but I think I'm going to end up doing them this way. I really like the way this scheme works because it's different to other things that are available, right? In terms of Age of Sigmar factions and color schemes. It's a different scheme, so it's more unique in this way. So it's like the hideous green fire with the sort of pinky burgundy, and then the sort of the dark heavy bronze. It's very different. A lot of things are gold and silver in Age of Sigmar, and there's a lot of red available, which is why the Jarvixar exists. There's lots of red on that scheme, obviously. But I think that these stand out from the crowd because they are unique. Like even the Muspelheim scheme, it's black and yellow. You've seen that in places before, so I'm a big fan of this one. That's why I did it. So that's why it was why I went for it. Stunning like always. Thank you very much. These do look so good. Josh inspired me to get them too. That's what I like to hear. You'll do a much better job than I did. Beautiful as always. Glad to be part of this community. Are you alone this evening? I am. I'm on my own. I'm on my Todd. And on that point, we're now going to move on from me, and we're going to move on to Mr. Adam. So Adam is away. Adam has been in Canada, which is why he wasn't going to be here last week when we were supposed to do this. He's now also not here because he's somewhere else in the world, which is why he's not here for this. But he has done a the Executioner. He's done the Priest from Flesh Eater Courts. We also have the Charnel Throne, and we have the and spells is what they're called. And yeah, I mean, he's a big fan of the Flesh Eater Courts. I know this for a fact. He wants to go to doubles with me. He wants to do Flesh Eater Courts. I don't want to do death. I want to do something else. Adam's never been to an AOS event, so he doesn't understand how these things work. He wants to push around 20 to 30 skeletons in the backfield and think that's going to be fun. No. Canadian Adam with his beady little eyes and his flappy head. No. Suitably grim, indeed. Boy sure can paint though. He can. He goes like the clappers when he needs to, or when he can. When in those small moments, when he has the time, he does get it done. He's done a fantastic job on these. Obviously I think he's copied the Charnel Throne from my video, and the Priest and the Executioner as well, but he's executed them absolutely spectacularly. And I really like what he's done with I think it's called the Corpse Mare Stampede. Again, just I think cleaving it towards the Morgaunt scheme with the bones, but also the pale skin and all that good stuff. And then, yeah, as James has said there, the blood is so red. Love it. Exactly. Yeah, he's captured it spectacularly. Is an AOS event that different? You have a lot less points. So, because you have a lot less, well, you have the same amount of points, but you have a lot less models. And a lot of people generally go for like speed and power. So if you turn up with a bunch of battle lines, you don't do very well. Also, what do you mean you don't want to do death? Don't you know the good word of our Lord and Saviour Nagash, such as his power? This is the thing, right? Is I have a big Flesh Eater Courts collection. Adam has the same Flesh Eater Courts collection. So we can't do 2,000 points because we can't duplicate that much. We can't take 2 Usherans. And it's like... Anyway, that's the point. Anyway, I've got some really spectacular choices for 1,000 points in everything other than death. basically. Anyway. Right. Thank you, Adam. Next up, we have Mr. James Mathias himself with some absolutely incredible work going on here. So we have the Kill Team Raveners, which I think looks suitably dark, dingy, and beautiful. I know alliteration failed me there, but dutiful isn't the correct word there, because that sounds like they're somewhat journeyman job, but these are not. These are expert jobs. We have Asterath the Grim as part of the Wind, and we have the Headsman's Curse here. But not only that, James has absolutely excelled himself with his... Oh, hang on. Something's gone wrong there. Oh my goodness me. Right, that should now be fine. Tell me if that looks correct. It looks correct on the screen to me. So yes, James has painted beyond just anything that I've ever managed to master here, with his first attempt at freehand being the custom Deathbringer banner just there. And he says there, yes, that is freehand, the first attempt, and not exactly what I was going for, but close enough, so calling it a win. It's an absolutely spectacular achievement that we have right there. And across all of these models in particular, like James, your style is so unique, so very much identifiably yours, and you can see it within your freehand as well. If I'd seen a picture of this and not known it was yours, I would have pointed it towards being yours, because you've blossomed into this type of painter where I can recognize your work from a mile away, and it's a really, really good thing. It's like, these are amazing. The Deathbringer looks fantastic. The freehand it's spectacular. Just to point out. So if that's your first attempt, your second attempt will be better and better and better and better and better, which isn't fair really on the rest of us. You know, you have to leave some talent for the mortals, James. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. I mean, I really like your colour balance as well on the Kill Team Raveners. I think they look nice and grim and dark. They look fantastic. But yeah, just generally, as a rule, James, you're an excellent painter, and I feel like you should be attempting more and more difficult things than just this freehand, as it were. So yeah, no, spectacular work, James. Absolutely spectacular. I believe everybody is in the chat saying exactly the same thing. Hello, Edward. James, I love your Nighthaunt. Nighthaunt are fantastic. Quick, where is IT support? No, it's just me fiddling around and my computer not doing the things that it's meant to do. Colour choices are perfect and well balanced. Exactly. So good as usual, says Dan. Couldn't agree more. Raveners are beautiful as well. They are. This is a beautiful page. There's lots of beautiful pages in here, but this is a very beautiful page. It's a very, very beautiful page. Next up, we have the Colonel himself. So, Colonel, I had 2 emails from you, and I couldn't figure out what to do, so I just threw it all in. So we've got 3 Spartan teams. We have Sankali Mercenaries, a picture of some terrain I think you've painted as well, and, excuse me, we have a scarecrow with a pumpkin for a head. Earth, Wind and Fire +1 as well. Do you remember the Great Schism? I do remember the Great Schism. I remember it well. Now, your Spartans, I love how you've got basically different colours going on across all of them. It looks like a fantastic... It looks exactly like multiplayer used to look when I used to play the game a long, long time ago. Especially, I mean, I used to play a lot of free-for-all, right? I didn't used to play too much team. Because free-for-all was just really fun. It was just crazy stuff. But I really enjoy, and I really love the inventiveness and the imagination that's gone into getting all of these together. Did you go and sort of sit in and look in Halo Infinite at colour schemes and stuff, or did you just do what the models told you to do? Because these are fantastic. They're absolutely fantastic. But, as has been pointed out just there, it's a lovely scarecrow. The scarecrow is fantastic. Particularly the pumpkin, right? You've got that really lovely sort of rubbery texture to what like a pumpkin looks like, basically. I love the balance between that sort of shading and the segments of pumpkin. But it looks rubbery. in the way that, you know, pumpkins aren't rubbery, they're very solid, right? But they have that sort of texture to it, and they look fantastic. I really, really like them. So really, really well done. Hello, Go For It Painting. You combined 2 months together. Do I still get credit? Yes. If I've got it wrong, it's on me. It's not on you. It's just I found this one. I found this email from ages ago, and I found this email as well, and I couldn't... Because you emailed it for this deadline, if you see what I mean. That's why I couldn't figure it out. So I'll just put them both in. But I'll don't worry. You're not in. If I've got it wrong, I've got it wrong. It's not you. That's like this is where it's gotten confusing, and I feel like it's gotten confusing for a lot of people. So clearly, I didn't explain myself very well in that you didn't need to submit if you'd already submitted, but you'd already submitted, so you submitted again, and then I put them both in basically. And that's happened a couple of times. But that's on me, clearly. One is August and one is September. But you had one for last month as well. This is what happens, because so we missed a month, so everything got shunted back, but people just kept submitting. If you see what I mean. So, like, there are some folks who've submitted enough for 11 episodes, and we're on episode 10. And I've lost track. Because when they're submitted within the deadlines of other things, it's like, okay, well, that just goes in. But anyway, that's all that's happened. So yeah, Carl, just let me know. Just if for next episode you're like, no, I've already done one, then fine. You see what I mean? So yeah, is what it is. But yeah, no, these are fantastic. So well done, Colonel. Congratulations. Also, hello, Ricky Drinks Paints. Don't worry, you're not late. You're precisely when you mean to. Anyway, we're going to move on. Next up, we have Tom. James has submitted enough for season 4 too. Yeah, some people have, yeah. Who has basically painted the contents of almost the entire contents of the what's it called? The Gitmob army set. Because we've got some Snarlpack cavalry. We've got 2 of the chariots, and we've got, well, these ones weren't in the Gitmob army set. We have the Boingrot Bounders, I think is what those are, or they're just Squig Hoppers. But yeah, I mean, I really like firstly, I really love this sort of yellow dusty bases that are going on here, but I really enjoy this yellow against the sort of this very striking yellow within the scheme. It makes the models pop, and it gives them a certain like malevolence and evil nature to them, as opposed to like sort of for some reason, at least that's the vibe that I'm getting. I mean, it moves it more towards that sort of Iron Jaws sort of aesthetic, but with the sort of reds and the dark work around it, I think they kind of there's like danger to them. There's an edge to them, which is really cool, and I like that a lot. It's a really nice color scheme and a really nice color palette to work from, and I love that. Of course, we've got red squigs and red wolves as well, which is nice. It ties everything together. It feels very thematic, which is a really, really good thing. I'm going to grab the new Git Spearhead box. Not sure I have any use for them in my army, but I want to paint them. Nice. I haven't seen what the new Git Spearhead box looks like. I don't think. Maybe I have. I don't know. My brain's all over the place these days. It's very confusing in my head. But yeah, no, thank you very much, Tom. Or Gwiri Hammer. I think I've got it, spelt it right, finally. Third or fourth time's lucky. Third or fourth time is a charm. Love these stunning work here, says Captain. Manorings, these are fun and mean looking, says Laura. Couldn't agree more. It's basically there's 2 chariots and a bunch of the wolves. Ah, well, there you go. It's the Git mob, but with the snarl pack instead of the sun chomper. Ah, right. That's nice. That's nice. It's a good thing to add. I've got to do another. I've got another snarl pack cavalry and another chariot to do from that box, and then I need to get the boss and the two friends that go with it for me to start rounding out that sort of section of a Git mob army. But anyway, it's taken me a little while. It's been a long year. Don't know if you can tell. Anyway, thank you very much, Tom. Next up, we have No Skill Painter, who, as we always say, has all of the skill in the world, and has got this on display very much here by having painted the better part of an entire Soulblight Gravelord's army. We've got some zombies, we've got some hounds, we have some of the new Barrow Guard on display here, we have the Fellbats, and we have some Vargeists here, and it's all painted to an exceptional standard, as we have come to expect from the no skill painter, who has all of the skill. I mean, look, across all of them, there's just lots of lovely techniques and colours on display here. The membranes of the wings, the skins of the Vargeist as well. It's very, very interesting. It's very, 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 very cold. And unforgiving. It is the essence of undeath. But then we also have that sort of slight warmness to like the membranes of the Fellbats over here. The deathly corpse hounds over on the right hand side. The zombies are an eclectic mix of colours, and of course all of the Barrow Guard looking spectacularly royal in death. Again, just a lovely set of colours, lovely application of the colour palette of death to all of these miniatures. And this is it. I mean, this is the vast majority of Soulblight Gravelords right here. And you do that once more, and you've got yourselves an entire army I think, based on paint points. You just need a couple of heroes and you're good to go. Love the colour on the Barrow Guard shields. Yeah. It's a lovely colour. I really enjoyed painting my Barrow Guard when I did them. And figuring that part out was one of the best parts. And like the sort of like taut skin across the drum, where there's that sort of discoloration in where it's been beaten in the middle, but also the light shining through a little bit. That's really, really well done. The verdigris and dirt that's on the armor of the Barrow Guard is excellent. Like I said about an eclectic mix of clothes and dead skin over on the Dead Walker zombies as well is spectacular. Excellent work. It's also very, very productive. Well done, you. It's not easy. Painting to this higher standard across this many miniatures in a short space of time is a real feat of skill. It's another skill that you have no skill painter. All skill painter. Yeah, well done. Next up, we have Cloud2466, who brings Earth, Wind, and Fire in the form of a Leagues of Votan. We have a Carl there. We have some Wind Rider jet bikes, I think. We have a Man on Fire. Then we also have some more Craftworld Eandon stuff in the form of a Wraith Lord, some Guardians of Farseer, weapons platform, and maybe yet another knight in the glorious orange and green of Cloud2466's 2466's Knight Lance. Is that the Acheron or something like that? Because it's got the big flamey thing. I can't remember what it's called. That's an Eddy. It's an Eddy, is it? Is that an Iron Maiden Eddy? Is it? Is that Eddie Wickerman? Well, if you guys are saying it is, then it must be. I trust you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, these are great. I really like Craftworld Eandon. It is probably my favourite colour scheme. And like the yellow here is on point, as is the blue. And it's just, yeah, it's executed perfectly. It's the right balance between yellow and blue in terms of the colour match. Because sometimes the blue can move towards too much of an aquamarine state, and then it doesn't quite fit with the yellow. So as soon as you start introducing too much green to the blue, it starts to become a bit too yellowy green, which isn't good balance. But these are just really, really well Really, really well done. And the orange and green as well on the night. I mean, we've espoused the qualities of the work here from Cloud2466 on his orange knights. You don't see it very often, but it is so striking, and you always execute it so well. Use Josh's video for the Eldar. Nice, congratulations, Cloud2466. You've done it as good as I can, if not better. Well done, well done. Evening all. Apologies I couldn't help present tonight, but I've been very ill. Luckily on the mend now. Yes, Mr. Gwatkin, you shouldn't be watching. You should be sleeping it off. You should be getting better. Like I said, we're just we're testing the format out. Where I fly solo on the Tale of Many Warhipsters. Is this working for you guys? Is this okay? Am I doing a good job? Genuinely anxious about that because I don't want to ruin the format, but there we go. Thanks, Josh, but you are much better than I ever will be. Bah! Silence. Stop it. Not the case. Not the case at all. Thank you, Cloud2466. Great job. Oh, no, we've gone back. We want to go forward to the Tattooed Zoologist, who also presents us with some Vargheists. We have a Tree Lord looking suitably autumnal in this lovely October time. And we also have some Memorians from the from Stormcast Eternal, the grandchildren of the Reclusians themselves, or various other things. And yeah, all on display here. We have Earth, Wind, and Fire. However, I have mistakenly put them in the wrong order. The Tree Lord should be on the left and the Fire should be on the right, but there we go. I really like this balance of the sort of orange leaves, yellow and sort of green. The turning of the seasons within the Tree Lord, I think it's really, really nice. If that's what you're going for, Tattooed Zoologist, if that's what you're going for, then it's spectacular. If not, it's a happy accident, and I still praise you for it anyway. But yeah, I mean, I think it's really, 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 really nice. And like we said before, with No Skill Painters Vargheists, the red here, I really like this. It's a different red to No Skill Painters Vargheists, but this is slightly more muted, but it works, very much works. It's very, very pretty. It's very nice. Just looking like sort of a horror that you might not want to run into in a ruin or in a dungeon or in a very, very large cave where flight is possible. Yeah, this is great, Josh. Pace is pretty good. That's what we're going for. We're going for a good pace. Going for a good pace tonight. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a real busy boy. I'm not rushing. I want to make sure. Yeah. I will periodically check in and say, hey, am I still doing a good job, guys? That's why I need you. I need you guys to watch and enjoy. And yeah, of course, I'm always here for any form of Memorian, because it's for Stormcast Eternals. Love that kind of thing. And the Fire is done really, really well here. It looks nice and suitably hot. But I like how they're a little bit more pared back as the Memorians. Like, they are Stormcast Eternals miniatures. They're not Stormcast Eternals themselves. But I feel like sometimes, even when I did mine, they felt a little bit too grand. But I like how yours are kind of a little bit more muted. Like, I like the brightness of the sort of just the burnished silver plate. So, like, just polished silver, not burnished. The polished silver plate, which makes it just look very effective and functional, which is what it should be for these guys, because they're not anything other than really just people who walk around and tell stories, you know. That's typically how that's what they represent in the book and in the story. So do they die when their Stormcast dies? Not necessarily. Quite often they die before their Stormcast dies, and then they have to look around for another Reclusium. I think it's often just a case of if the Stormcast dies in this universe, it's kind of like if something is sufficient enough to kill a Space Marine, the Guardsmen probably ain't hanging around. If you see what I mean. If they're palling up together, if that makes sense in this world of horrors that is Age of Sigmar. But I haven't watched the animation yet. I need to. Just finding the time. So I want to watch it. I don't want to listen to it, and I listen to most things these days. Very pretty wings. Indeed they are, Ice Phoenix 100. But thank you very much, the Tattooed Zoologist. Thank you very much. Next up, we have Lakuva 13, who's gone back to the Age of Darkness in the 31st millennium with some Dark Angels. We have some Cataphractii Terminators, and we have the new Praetor, I believe. That's the new Praetor, or is it Centurion? I think it's the new Centurion. It's very, very cool. I like it. I like it a lot. I haven't seen too many of them. This is the slightly unadorned version, I think, because you can leave a lot of stuff off it. But what I really like here, as has just been pointed out by Street P, is the claws. They are suitably sharp going on here with these Cataphractii. Like, they are, ching, you know, exactly as they should be, right, up against the sort of the Dark Angel's black armor. That flash of the lethal silver there really stands out, and I like how there's almost, it kind of gives you that reflective nature. You can really see that killer edge of those claws, which is fantastic. The First Legion is the best Legion. I agree. Ish. I think they're all the best Legion, really, in their own way. That Praetor looks like he rules with an iron fist. It's quite possible. I can't remember if it's a Praetor or a Centurion. And I can't remember if there is actually even a difference. Who knows? I'm not entirely sure. But that's that's for the better. That's for the bigger Horus Heresy fans to confirm. It's that slight flashes of green too on the armor panels and inside the cloak. It is indeed. And there's kind of like having the red and the bone present here. It also adds that kind of mysterious element to, like, whether it's one of the wings, the hidden wings, like the fire wing or something like that. This is a really cool thing about the Dark Angels, is that they fight normally as a legion, but then they might call for the fire wing or the dread wing protocol, and then only certain Marines will step out of line and go and do something else. It's a really cool thing. It's nice. It's officially a Centurion. No one would care if you ran it as a Praetor. Well, there you go. I mean, I barely even know the difference, but it is what it is. But no, these are lovely. Lakuva 13. Well done. Good stuff. Next up, it's time to move back to Earth, Wind, and Fire once more with Chewy Zero, who gives us some lovely Screamers of Tzeentch. We have a Exalted Flamer, and, of course, taking up the front, the center stage, we have the Lord of Change, one of the hardest models in the world to photograph. This is the angle I chose. I have chosen in the past. It's really difficult because it's standing sideways on, which is a really strange thing to say, but like a lot of Warhammer models stand face on like this, and they're doing something, right? So they might be aiming a gun like this, or doing, you know, like doing that sort of thing, or standing tall, and you'll see the front. The Lord of Change is stepping to the side and looking off to the side, right? So it's really tough, because from that front angle, that is the front of the body, but the whole thing's oriented to the left-hand side. Anyway, that's pointless information that I'm giving you, because Chewy's done an exceptional job of painting it. The blue is awesome. And especially like the kind of different blues that we've got going on here. So sort of the sort of more tealy blue of the armor, you can see, is very differentiated from the wings and from the feathers of the Lord of Change itself. But same with the staff. There's a different sort of blue going on there. There's again the sort of turquoise color that's coming out of the tongue across the wings and all this kind of thing. They're very, very difficult to balance against one another, but Chewy's done an exceptional job here, and to the point where it just looks fantastic. I mean, the Screamers over there also look great. I love Screamers. They look like they're rippling. You can see like the kind of little bright spots that are going on sort of around here on the front and towards the back and around the eyes and stuff. And you've got that sort of depth in them, like kind of like manta rays that shimmer in the water. They very much reflect in different ways. And you've reflected that really, really nice. Reproduce that. The Exalted Flamer is such a difficult model to paint. Such a vaulty face. The blending here is impeccable. It's not an you are right. It is not an easy model to paint at all, because it is just one big smooth model that is a blend. And Chewy's done this great blend from the purple into the blue around the halfway point, and that's hard because it's the majority of the model, even though of the model itself, because the fire is the biggest part, but the model itself, that's the hardest part to get right. And that's not easy to do, but you've done it really, really well. How did you do it, Chewy? Did you contrast blend it, or was that an airbrush job or something like that? What was it? How did you get that one done? Also, what is the blue you've used on the feathers of the Lord of Change? Because I really like it. These are all lovely. I do love Screamers. Me too, Laura. Most meta unit in the game in 9th edition. Not that anyone agreed. I will one day paint the Lord of Change. One day. One day you shall, Dana. You shall do a spectacular job of it. As you guys so often tend to do. Tails needs more birds. I agree. Layer of Lamium medium first, then the blue and purple mix nicely. Nice. Nice. I like it. Nice. Josh likes the paint job, but apparently the picture is terrible. No, that's not what I was trying to say. What I was trying to say is I really struggled photographing it. I couldn't get it right from this angle, but Chewy has. Like, I feel like I can see the whole of the miniature here. Whereas when I was trying it, I was like, oh, it's not working. I think it's because I was trying to photograph it from bottom up rather than top down. So, yeah, I've learned something new. I learn something new every time we do one of these episodes. Ain't that the case? Anyway, thank you very much, Chewy. Next up, we have Dr. Steve, who has painted a bunch of stuff. We have Iridan the Witness, we have 5 Vigilors, and we have Galen and Duralia Vendenced. We also have a piece of terrain painted as I believe as a test. It's an old bit of terrain, that. It's a very classic old bit of terrain. I love those older ones. And of course, as pointed out by Street View, we have a Lucius the Eternal on the top here. I really like this kind of how dark the terrain is here. It feels suitably grim, suitably dark, suitably dingy. I like it a lot. It's nice. Iridan the Witness is done very, very, very well as well. And of course, always happy to see some more Stormcast Eternals here. Looking fantastic. But the Galen Duralia Vendenced, looking top notch as well. Really lovely stuff. Steve, you here, Steve? I think you are. Ooh. It slipped. There we go. I was pretty sure I saw him around. Maybe not. Maybe not. Anyway, yes. Really good work across all of these. Terrain looks great. Am I right in thinking that the, if you are here, Steve, that the a Stormcast over here are Knights Excelsior, because they have that lovely bone-coloured armour. They look great on the Vigilors, if that is correct. I mean, Iridan looks fantastic as well, but like the Vigilors in that scheme looks really, really good. Terrain normally takes me as long as minis. That's where you need to get your dry brushes all over it. Just dry brush it. It's classic terrain. That I really love that sort of stuff. It's the old sort of Sector Imperialis, which I used to have 2 sets of. I gave it away and I sold one, and now I don't have any of it, and I regret that, because they stopped making it shortly after, which was a shame. Or at least they stopped selling it shortly after that. So I was like, damn it. Always seems to happen when it comes to terrain. The moral of the story is never get rid of your terrain, because you never know when you're going to need it or when you're going to want it. And no, they look fantastic. It looks fantastic across everything here. Well done, Steve. Next up, speaking of Screamers of Tzeentch, do you want to see some more Screamers of Tzeentch? Because Jonathan Justin has produced a lot of Screamers of Tzeentch. We have 12 Screamers of Tzeentch here, and a couple of different schemes. We've got a slightly bluer one and a slightly more turquoisey one. And I really like both. It's a really nice way to distinguish between them. Just keeping it within a sort of similar color palette, but maybe if there's a third unit on the way, it goes even sort of more towards blue or even more towards teal, and then you'll have that step change between all three sets. But yeah, these are fantastic. I like them a lot. I really like this slightly more sort of greener tealy color. It's more Thousand Suns. I said greener tealy, Thousand Suns blue. The more Thousand Suns blue color on these, it's really, really nice. But yeah, the blends that are going on here as well between the darker blue and the lighter blue on the sort of more traditional blue scheme for the Screamers are really, really nice. So yeah, well done. Today's theme of Screamers. We could do that. Maybe we'll do that in the next season. We'll do season 4, episode 6, Screamers. See what everyone comes up with. Naturalistic blue-black transition. Yeah, exactly. I like the yellow eyes as well. Just it all sits there quite nicely as a Screamers, drink. Yeah, the yellow eyes poking in amongst the blue, and I really just like you got that the line down the middle. It just gives it that sort of that real that sort of lizard-like form, even though it's not lizardy. It's the sort of the Eye of Horus in some ways. But yeah, no, it's nice. Really well done. Good stuff. Like it a lot. All right, next up we have Armored Avenger. Armored Avenger 3, sorry. The third Armored Avenger. Not the first or the second, but the third Armored Avenger. With a, I'd say, heavily converted Dante. We do have some lovely wings going on there. I believe those are 3D printed wings, or do they come from the old jump pack chaplain? But we have a lovely, the lovely sort of like that sort of like the sort of flame exploding from the barrel of the melter pistol. Is it the Perdition pistol? No, it's the Axe of Perdition, isn't it? Can't remember what the pistol is called. It does have a name. Somebody else will tell me. 3D printed. Yeah, I thought as much. But I like as well like the lightning spitting off the Axe Mortalis. That one I remember. It is the Perdition pistol. Is that right? Perdition pistol and Axe Mortalis. Yeah, so I knew I had it in there somewhere. It's in the brain somewhere. The knowledge is in there. But I really like the gold you've got here. I like having the wings on it. It does look like it does add something quite nice to him. They're not too big, which is really, really cool. They don't stick out. It's nice. It doesn't feel like it's dominating the model. I feel like sometimes with like the new Sanguinary Guard, for example, some of the upgrade kits I've seen to them from 3D printers, the wings are so big, or they're not big enough, but you've struck a right balance here. Like they don't feel like they would get in the way of Dante executing his duty across Imperium Nihilus. Call yourself a Blood Angels fan? Apparently not anymore. I dared to paint the new Jump Captain as an Ultramarine, and now I've lost my Blood Angels card. Is apparently, I mean, you can have 10,000 points of them, but who cares? You didn't paint that guy as another red armored Space Marine. I like this take on Earth, Wind, and Fire. No, exactly. You've got it all present here. It's really, really nice. yeah, like I said, the gold. I like that sort of more. What would you call it? That sort of more antique vibe that you've got for the gold. I think it's really nice. Again, it really fits to the model. And what I feel like you've done really a good job of here by adding these pieces, if you balance the you've balanced the model a bit better than it actually is straight out of the box. Because Dante's massive. Like, the model is enormous. If you compare it to like the older models, like Brother Corbulo doesn't even sort of break his ankle. Because the rock that he's standing on is big, and then he's massive as well. So yeah, but no, what you've done is you've balanced it a lot better on the model than it is if you don't do that kind of thing. So that the wings do a really good job of filling out the base, as does the 3D printed parts, and of course the lightning scattering off the axe. So well done, good stuff, lovely. Right, next up we have Bessel Function, who comes in with some of my favourite models of all time that have ever been released for for the Age of Sigmar, and particularly the Stormcast, because we have some Retributors. And these are the old, I believe this is a pack and a half of the old push fit. Well, they weren't push fit, but they were, I think they might have been push fit. They were like these upgrade kits, and they weren't really upgrade kits, they were next steps, which they were really annoying. But I really love the old Paladins for the Stormcast Eternals, because I think they look suitably heavy without being too heavy, if you see what I mean. Like the what are they called? The new ones. Annihilators. The Annihilators are really chunky, because these guys have got like layered on armor over the top of the original Sigmarite, right? And that's how they got the Paladins. But no, I've had so many fond memories playing with these that they're always going to have such a wonderful place in my heart. I've still got a few on sprue somewhere, which I need to build and paint. I'll do that when I want to. When I feel really down about painting in my job, I will deploy some old Stormcast to make myself feel better, and it's really nice to see these guys. And of course, Gavriel Shawheart is here as well. At one point, he was amazing. he added 3 to your charge distance, and there was no limit on using command abilities. So he just did it 3 times and gave you +9. Unfortunately, Gavriel Shawheart, he had a bad end. I'd recommend reading what were they called? The Dawnbringers sort of series, if you want to see how things ended for Gavriel Shawheart. Yeah, no, these are a real treat to see. I love them very, very much. I mean, they're just painted really, really well, but they just make me very, very happy to look at. Can always be run as Annihilators in game too. Yeah, I know, but I don't want to. I want to run them as Retributors. They'll come back, I'm sure. I think, given by what we've seen happen with 40k this year, and now all of these Space Marines are coming out, like the Assault Terminators and stuff like that, I feel like that they probably should have come out at the beginning of the edition. Part of me feels like maybe at some point towards the end of 4th edition we'll see a little bit more stuff going on for the Ruination Chambers, and maybe we'll see the return of something like these, but just like upgunned and turned into some absolute bricks of Sigmarite, which would be really cool. Just sod the rules and do what you want. I know, Captain Manorings, but they don't make these models anymore, so I can't make videos on them, so I can't paint them because I can't make videos on them, you see? That's the problem. It's the problem with my job. Anyway, thank you very much for these Bessel Function. A real treat to look at. Next up, we have James Minis with a Fellowship of the Ring. A whole Fellowship of the Ring, no less. Legolas, Boromir, Gimli, Gandalf, Aragorn, Meriadoc, Peregrine, Frodo, and Samwise. All together. At last. These are great. I really like them. Obviously, having done a fellowship myself very recently, it was very, very fun to do. So, James, I hope you had a lot of fun painting these. I like how yours are quite... you've got sort of like really nice sort of highlighting going on here, but there's like a little bit more depth to yours, I feel like, that's going on here, which is nice. Like, I really like the green that you've got on Legolas, and like the sort of the rich red of Boromir and Gimli as well. The blue of Gandalf's hat is really, really nice, and I really like the green of Aragorn's jacket too. But I just like as well that you've managed to get some really nice sort of distinctive colours out for all of the hair as well, for like Sam and for Merry. And Frodo and Pippin's hair is different as well, which is really, really difficult. Really, really difficult. I found it difficult to do. I don't even think I did a particularly good job of that part of my paint job of the Fellowship of the Ring, but I feel like you've done a really good job here. So it's really, really good stuff. Colours are really rich. They are. They're very, very rich. There's a lot of depth here, a lot of life. A lot of life to this Fellowship of the Ring. And you can see it sort of across every single model. And it's really, really, really good. Sam's hair is top banana. It is. Colours are really rich. Yes. Damn, these are great. Agreed. Any MESB is an instant heart. Agreed. Agreed. We've got a few bits of MESBG this evening. Josh, Mordor, Orcs. Why? Why? As in, why do they exist, or why haven't I done them? Or why are they the way they are? Because I don't have the answers to any of those three questions. Unfortunately. The contrast on these is on point. Agreed. 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 Why are they the way they are? Ah, well... Let me tell you a tale from almost 20... Well, over 20 years ago, I think. Pretty sure. Bases on Moria dirt. It looks like they are very much set within Moria. Let's look at the richness and the contrast that's going on here. And also like the way they've been photographed. We definitely look like we are in Balin's tomb right now. Which is cool. It's really good. It's very evocative of the film. And I like that a lot. No, nice stuff. Really good stuff, James. Next up, we have Pridders, who's painted an uncomfortable amount of Spaceballs. Like an uncomfortable amount. He doesn't have them for the MESBG bribes are focused on halls of Thranduil elves in our local areas, not Mordor orcs under our cabinets. Love the fellowship. He's gone down an MESBG rabbit hole. I think you might be responsible, Josh. Well, good. I would love it if we could all go down the MESBG rabbit hole. That would be nice. If all 58 of you watching right now all went down the... I mean, I say all 58. I know that at least 3 or 4 of you are definitely in the... So 54 other people to come down it. Pridders says, oh, hey, it's my awoos. It is. You've done a lot of work here, my friend. A lot of work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 41. Is it 41 miniatures? I'm not there already. No, you were who were thinking of. I was you, Ricky Drinks Paints, James Minis, Captain Manorings, Mr. Gwatkin, myself. Although I'm the one who's throwing out the accusation, so I don't really count. As it were. No, I really like this. It's a very different skin. Again, very different to what you would see normally for the Space Wolves. But it really, really works. I like how you've got sort of the darker grey furs and stuff, even in amongst that breaks up the purple. But if they haven't got furs, it's broken up by some black as well. I think that's a really nice touch. Again, it's very thematic, and it feels very thematic, which is really, really cool. Especially across this many miniatures. It feels like an army, which is really, really good to see. That's what I like. I like to see armies that look like armies, if you see what I mean. The battle leader was mostly done the previous month, just needed the head, but everything was built before September, so was able to just smash out the painting. Yeah, you smashed it out. Really well done. How long did it take you to do this much? They're running on Earth. That counts to be the theme, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, they got the fire in their hair, the wind in their fur, and the earth under their feet. And that's all they need. You know? Earth, wind, and fire. I do have to finish my fellowship. Yes, you should, Colonel. You absolutely should. No, well done. Well done, Pridders. That's a spectacular amount of work to undertake in a month. That's actually more than I've done. Is that more? That's more than I did in September. And it's my job, so you're better than me. Well done. Because you did it in 2 weeks. That's ridiculous. You're ridiculous. Anyway, next up we have Avellion. We've got some Battletech here, and we've got some Cathayan Jade Warriors in a really cool blue scheme. It's a really nice blue scheme. It's very evocative of like Lothern almost. They feel more like a bit like Sea Guard. Lothern Sea Guard, even though they're not, they're very Cathayan. But it's it's a really cool scheme, that blue. And I like this sort of like off white and pink scheme on the Battletech miniatures as well, with sort of little pops of yellow, but and then of course the majority of the body being black. It's a very cool balanced scheme. Thanks, everyone did go a bit batch paint crazy. I was trying to turn that into a pun, but couldn't because I'm not very good at my job. But no, it's well done. Love the blue. I love the blue. The blue's really cool. Especially given like the banner's like silvery decal, silvery white. It works really well. Like I said, it's very like high elven, but like obviously it's very much like translate. It's very much the Cathayan models, which really works very well. And then I like that there's the little pop of red here and there, like on the tassels of the halberds, which I believe, and do correct me if I'm wrong, people in the chat who know more about weaponry, those things exist to absorb the blood, so it doesn't trickle down and make it slick to hold, which is cool that they're painted red. I believe that's how it works. Blue gave me the Water Tribe vibe. Yeah, I could see that. That makes sense. No, it does, doesn't it? Good old Avatar. I came this close to doing another rewatch of that and then Korra, but I only did it like 9 months ago, so I was like, I need to be a little bit more time before we go back through Aang's journey once again. I think I've watched it like 3 or 4 times. Oh dear, the sneezes start. The Cathay models are exceptional. They are indeed. Very cool. Need to get back to mine at some point. Maybe we will in December. But we're very busy. Anyway, thank you very much, Avellion. Next up, Ice Phoenix 100. They're in the chat. Saw them earlier. We have some very pretty Kraken Tyranids here. And I love this I love this tone of red that's going on here. I think it's very beautiful. I've been there with the sneezes today as well, Josh. They're just starting for me. So my throat's been the problem today. And for most of the last week. And my head. And everything else. I was cleaning a Vindicta and said, bless you out loud. Lovely. Thank you. Appreciate it. Look at all them chickens. A nice Vine reference. I just keep seeing Vine references everywhere at the moment. But yeah, I mean, look at these. This Kraken red right here. I love it because it's not so vibrantly red. It's more towards the sort of realistic side of it, or naturalistic, not realistic, because realistic doesn't make sense. They are Tyranids after all. But I really like that vibe of the red. it helps make it feel, yeah, but it just makes it feel grounded, as it were, which is really cool. That's a cool thing to do. And like the same thing with the bone, like the bone and the red balance together really nicely to give it a much more naturalistic sort of type feel, which is cool. It's cool. It's a cool way of doing it. Sneaky squig orange dry brush, maybe. They have to tell us how they did it because it's beautiful. It's very, very pretty. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I was halfway through building something before dinner, and I thought I'd dropped a piece. I haven't. Just checked that it was there. My brain was like, where's the piece? I maybe clipped it off. Reminds me of lobster shell. I could see that. Yeah, it's nice. Really, really good stuff. Thank you very much, Fabian. If you want to see a dragon, if you want to go back to Cathay, let's go to Forge Father Histan, who has tackled Miao Ying in dragon form in a very, very different scheme. It's a very, very vibrant scheme. Very bright. Very, very water temple again, actually. The water tribe. But I really like this. I like how it's that sort of that bright blue, and then there's a little bit of kind of the aqua that's going on the scales. But then you've got that auburn hair, which is it's very like it's almost like the auburn hair there not being as vibrantly red. It puts me in mind of Ariel, which is really cool. I like it. I like it as a vibe. And then of course, you know, that silver armor as well moves it towards that sort of more that sort of more Ideneth vibe, but a really lovely vibe. I like it a lot. Like the contrast between the hair and the scales. Yeah, exactly. It's really good, isn't it? It's really cool. I don't need to do an old world army. Say it 3 times, Flying Muttley, then it won't be true. I really like the bases. Square bases in general seem to have so much potential. Yeah, they feel a lot nicer for being what's the word? I don't know. They feel like they feel more expansive on a square base. This is her younger sister Yin Yin, ruler of the eastern provinces and Grand Admiral of Cathay's fleets. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense as to why you've painted her blue, being the fleet master of things. That makes sense. See? And the dudes are members of her Celestial Dragon Guard. Ah, okay, I get it. Yep, that makes sense. No, it's great. It's really nice. Nice. Lovely stuff. And again, so like, obviously you haven't painted the Jade Warriors with sort of silver armor, because then they would feel very much like Lother and Seaguard. So to have that again differentiates themselves a little bit more. It's very pretty, very well done, nice. Still need to do my 7th edition Warhammer Wood Elf army. Tell me about it. I need to do mine. The unfinished Minas Tirith army is one of the reasons I don't need to do one. You should do your Minas Tirith army, Flying Muttley. Join us in MESBG land. Yeah, come to Ardacon. I'm not sure if there's tickets still available. There might be. Yeah, we'll find out together. Is it me alone where Josh's voice is cutting out for a few seconds every so often? Is that happening for anyone else? So I can try and fiddle about with it if that's happening. No, it's fine for everyone else. Okay. Keep an eye on it. Maybe refresh the stream, Street P. That might help. I hear every delicious Warhipster word. As I stumble over the English language. Anyway, thank you very much, Forge Father Histan. Next up, we have Lisu 3000 with the Pyregeists and some more terrain. It's a really lovely piece of the Azerite Ruins terrain. It's the bigger pieces, which the stuff always passed me by. I didn't even realize it got released for a long time, and then I saw it in various things, and I was like, hang on, where did that come from? And then I went and googled it back, and it was all things like, there was like the old bell tower and stuff like that. I was like, why did I miss all of this? But these are the Pyregeists with the Baron of Flame, the little wisps, and all these kind of things. It's the whole Warcry warband. I really, really like them. You've done a really, really, really nice job here. And I especially like that the green flame is then present on the braziers of the ruins themselves as well, which ties them into their environment really nicely. They feel like it feels like desert ghosts in a really good way. But the flames are so vibrant across all of these. The bright green, ethereal, spooky flames, very, very on point for October. The terrain fits them really much. Yeah, no, it does. It really, really fits them. It's really, really cool. They fit so well with each other, which is really, really interesting. It's a really, really, really cool thing. The contrast of the purple on the bases really works with the green. Agreed. Purple and green. It's a lovely combination. Nighthaunt, love them. Straight to the point, mini painting dad. I love it. I love the terrain. I also miss the set. Yeah. I just always miss the large Azerite ruins. I'm still waiting for my Azerite stuff to turn up on the made to order. I was seriously worried it wasn't going to get here before we moved. I think it probably will now, but I hope it turns up sooner rather than later, because I want to build it. I want to build an Age of Sigmar table. Thank you for your kind word. Wanted to give them that contrast for warmer colour. No, it's really nice. It's really, really nice, Lucy 3000. How did you paint the terrain? What was the colour scheme you used? Hello, Josh. Hello, Swennels. I love that turn of phrase. Dana made me think of the Lion King. Slimy, yet satisfying. Yeah, I use that all the time. Yeah. If you could let us know how you did the terrain, Lucy 3000, I would be eternally grateful, because I really like that colour of the sandstone. I think it's very pretty. It's very cool. Right, next up, we have Alaric with another Fellowship of the Ring. And we have the crew of the Nostramus, or the Nostromo, from Alien. Ellen Ripley and co. Is it Nostramus? I can't remember the name. Anyway, like I said, we have another Fellowship of the Ring, and again, very, very different vibe to one we had earlier, but very, very nice, full of life, much brighter this time. But that actually lends itself to kind of making each one of the models pop. They're all very recognisable too. Again, so your colours aren't sort of merging together. So obviously the trap that I tried to avoid, but I don't know if I necessarily did a very good job, was that Merry, Aragorn, Legolas and Frodo can all look the same, barring one or two details. And Gimli, Pippin and Boromir can all look the same, minus one or two details. And then Sam and Gandalf sort of stand apart from the others. But you've done a really, really nice job of differentiating every single member of the nine companions. Don't know where that came from. It just did. And I really, really like these. Again, similar thing to earlier. Is the Fellowship available as one box set? It is mini painting, Dad. I have one right here. That is the Fellowship of the Ring. There it is. The best thing about this is it's an army in a box. You are ready to go playing Lord of the Rings Middle-earth strategy battle game. Sorry, had a mild box collapse. We don't like those mild box collapses. But yes, so here we have, behold, second fellowship for a second breakfast. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't really eat second breakfast. I generally tend to eat lunch and then dinner and then second dinner. And second dinner is generally like a chocolate bar at about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. As I'm powering through the last few hours of the day. 69 people watching. Nice. I love it. And 42 likes on stream. 42 likes. The meaning of life. Can we get to 50 likes on the stream for Tale of Many Warhipsters? Season 3, episode 10. The flying solo version. If you're interested in getting the fellowship, I'd highly recommend the original metal version. The plastic kits are starting to show the age badly, in my opinion. I do agree. They are slightly harder to find, though. The old metal one. I need to dig mine out, actually. I do have it. Minus the Gandalf. Well, I do have the Gandalf now, actually, courtesy of the lovely worst painter here. But I just need to dig them out. Again, when we move, it's all time to happen when we move. But yeah, no, these fellowships are really cool. But what I really like as well, of course, is the crew of the Nostromo from Alien over here. Again, just a very characterful month from Alaric. Just representing a lot of people very individually, lots of individual models, no uniformity here, which is, you know, again, it's a lot of work to do that many character models in a month. Because, like I said, it's not like, you know, I mean, I've just come off of the back of doing a bunch of Hellsmiths of Hashut. They're pretty much all the same colour, which is why I had to inject a few different things in there for, like, the Urzorn and stuff. But fundamentally, it's a very, very busy month for Alaric, but also just to execute it all so well, so it's all very clearly very different. Very, very, very good. So, really well done. Nice job, Alaric. And our second fellowship of the day. Lovely. Brett's shirt was a nightmare. I could tell. But you've done it so well. I have loads of the old metal Lord of the Rings. I need to get out and strip them. I painted them as a child and it wasn't good. Oh yeah, that's the same for me. I know that I have 2 King LSRs and they're both terrible because I painted them both as a child. And I don't know why I did both. I just did. But they're both terrible. Anyway, chat, if you're ready to have your socks blown off, or you don't want to, or rather, chat, if you don't want to have your socks blown off, hold on to them now, because Dan has done Sinessa and Dexessa, the Talon and the voice of Slaanesh. And my goodness me. Yeah. Yeah, that's the reaction I was looking for, chat. Yeah, just bask. Just bask. There's not really a lot I can add to this conversation here, so I'd be willing to just sit in silence whilst we contemplate our own failings as painters. Shall I just throw on something like we'll just do this. Musical break. Dan's works of art today. Go for a toilet break. Yeah, good deal. I'll just build some miniatures whilst you guys get it out of your system. Damn, they're spectacular. They are. They're truly spectacular. So that's the end, guys. That's the Tale of Many Warhipsters. Of course I'm not sure. To go. But yeah, no, these are spectacular, Dan. They are lit so perfectly. They're painted in a way that they are lit so perfectly as well. There's the razor sharp edges, lovely softness within skin, robe, and things like that. Just every single aspect of these miniatures is done so spectacularly well. Oh yeah, turn the music down. They're really good. And you should be very, very proud of yourself. Having won. I mean, you won armies on parade, but these are spectacular. In such a wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. You should be very, very proud. I've turned the music down. Don't worry. I've turned it down. That's my bad. I completely forgot. I realise, of course, that the stream is about 10 seconds behind, so there you go. Anyway, these are amazing, and you should be very, very proud of yourself, Dan. Anyway, we're going to move on, because otherwise we could spend all day here. Because next up, we've got Darksider, with some very, 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 very pretty Inner Circle companions. And I love these. I love your sword work here. The swords are very, very, very nice. They're very reflective, very shiny, very, 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 very pretty. But like it kind of extends into like various other details, right? So like, for example, the banner also is is very, very, very good. And I love the sort of the richness of the purple, that sort of slight green tint to all of the armor too. And just like everything here is crisp. It's crisp and precise. Just like the strokes with the sword that the Inner Circle companions make. Love the smoke on the lantern thing. Yeah, the smoke's great. The smoke's great. Pouring out of every sensor as well. Love the bases a lot for the contrast. Yeah. No, all good. All great stuff. And like even just like the strands of the rope around their waists and stuff. You can see how very, very precise they've all been picked out as well. Thanks for putting me on after Dan. Someone had to go after Dan. I should have put Dan on first. But if I put Dan on first, then it would have been me. And it wouldn't... then I guess I would just be handing Dan my my login details. You are the Warhipster now. Look at me, Dan. These are great, Darksider. They're such a very Dark Angels unit. I really like them. I really like them a lot. Well done. Really, really well done. Tough day on Caliban. What? These are superb, so clean. Agreed. These mean business. Pro level. Agreed. No, lovely stuff, Darksider. Well done. We shall move on now to our next individual, who is Old Man Nos. And this, again, we've got some really lovely... they're Seraphim, aren't they? The Adeptus Sororitas. Does Dan have a YouTube channel? Asking for a friend. Dan, do you have a YouTube channel? Are you planning to show off how you painted Dexessa in Sinessa? I got like 92,000 subscribers. You might want to come and watch you paint those. Holy moly, that armor. I know, right? Yeah, it's a really pretty scheme, these, this one. And we've seen a couple of these from Old Man Nos. It's very, very nice. Again, seeing it now across just more and more units. It's very, very, very nice. And I like it because you see a lot more of the Seraphim, right? But they got some of these are some of the nicest Sororitas miniatures. I like, for example, the one second from left. I really love that pose. It's very dynamic. They're much more dynamic than like Space Marines with assault intercessors with jump packs, which makes sense because they're a lot lighter on their feet than Space Marines, who are just more of a sort of blunt instrument than the sort of scalpel of the Sororitas. What paints for the armor? Is it silver with the glaze or contrast over? Yeah, he has told us before. I've completely forgotten what it was. So if Old Man knows, if you're around, do tell us how it's done. I believe it is done silver with a contrast over the top, if I remember correctly, but I can't remember exactly. Those flying stems are a pain, though. Yeah, they're not the best, but I've never hated them so much that I've refused to use them, if you see what I mean. And sometimes I actually prefer them over a very large tactical rock, which I know makes me very much in the minority. But yeah, it is what it is. Thanks, guys. It's Eldari Emerald over Metallics. There you go. Eldari Emerald over a Metallic. It works so well. It's such a nice metallic scheme. It's so smooth as well. It just falls in all the right places and reflects so nicely. Like across, you know, like the sort of the thigh plate on the superior in the middle is the way the light falls across it. It's very pretty. It's very pretty indeed. It's good stuff. It's very, very good. Very good. Nice. Next up, we have the Mini Creative. And I believe I'm just going to go and find the Google Forms. So what we have is some rhinos done in the Imperialis scale, but the two other individual things there were clay. Are made out of clay. And he did say, I'm just going to grab the there it is. My wife wanted to do some clay crafting for her birthday month, so I made a clay Tyrannid Ripper and a clay Jabba the Hutt, and then he painted them. Just, you know, as you do. So yeah, the Tyrannid and Jabba the Hutt are made of clay that he has then painted himself. But the rhinos are of Legions Imperialis, designed to carry his infantry through earth, wind, and fire. Jabba has never looked so cute. I agree. I mean, this is what we always have, right, with the Mini Creative. It's always flawless perfection as well. So the tiny details that are going on here, but like I think it's decal work, but it might be freehand, knowing the Mini Creative. You never know. At this scale, it's never easy to do. So like the really tiny old teamer on the front of the rhinos. I think it might be a decal. I can't remember. Also, again, entirely likely that he's just gone in and freehanded it himself. But one of the best things here as well is the blend on Jabba that's going on around from the green into his bone colored body. It's spectacular, right? That is such a soft blend. It's so well done. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Hi all, was just able to tune in. Thanks for all the kind words on the Fellowship. Credit to Josh's tutorial, I wouldn't have known where to start. Nothing to do with me. You did it yourself. You did it spectacularly well, James. Oh my god, cute. Yeah, exactly, they're so cute. The Tyrannid's very, very cute. I love the zigzag mouth. Again, probably free-handed on there by the Mini Creative. The The Nid looks like the one from a meme, the one giving a flower to Salamander. It does. It also looks like the plushie. I thought it was the plushie to begin with, and then read the thing that it was clay, and I was like, oh, that's not the plushie. It's so good. So good. It's nice. It's really, really well done, the Mini Creative. As always, you guys are so talented. It's not fair. Lovely stuff. All right, next up, we go to Martin Spoon, who has done the Yggdrasil Riverblades. Done 2 lots of Yggdrasil Riverblades, no less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13. I think that's... Is it 2 lots? It's a lot of Yggdrasil Riverblades. These are some of the best Lumineth Realm Lords miniatures that Games Workshop have ever made. They're so nice. And Martin's painted these so well. I love these. I love them so very, very, very much. They are amongst my favourites. Some of my favourite sort of Age of Sigmar models ever made by Games Workshop. And these are just painted so perfectly. You know, the blues, the bone white, the sort of the redness of the wood, and the sort of the sharpness of the silver and the gold edging and detailing. It's all crisp. It's all perfectly placed. It's all precise and all wonderful. And these are just sort of brought to life so perfectly. I love them so very much. 10 plus 3 extras. Oh, I see. Okay. That's so good. You're so good. I love that you're keeping Warcry alive single-handedly. As someone who paints the way I do, the fact that anyone can paint this cleanly amazes me, right? It's so well done. It's so well done. Suitably light and clean. Yeah, they feel light, don't they? They feel very light on their feet. I mean, the models are themselves, but like the way you've painted them, the balance of colour, the sort of, but just like, you know, you've got the really dark leather details, but then everything else about them is quite light and bright, which just lends the sort of the dynamism and how light they should feel on their feet. So yeah, no, it's well done. Really, really well done, Martin. Hang on, wait for my Warcry. Yeah. Warcry is alive and well in the Tale of Many Warhipsters. It doesn't seem to be from Games Workshop's point of view at the moment, but it's alive and well in the Tale of Many Warhipsters. It's great. I love it. Thank you so much. All right, next up, we have Street P with Vivi? It is Vivi, isn't it? It's not Luffy. It is Vivi. Have I got that right? No, I've got that completely wrong. Vi. Right. I knew I was going to get it wrong. I knew I was going to get it wrong. Anyway, these are fantastic. Not sure how to pronounce it, how to type it phonetically. No, don't worry about that. Let me just go and read your... I can go and read what you said about it in Tales. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Vivi, a Moogle, and a bomb from Final Fantasy 9? IX? That's 9, isn't it? Earthy rocks and crystals for the base. Vivi is using wind magic to jump. The bomb, well, is made of fire. But no, it's lovely. It's very lovely. What's this from? It is from Final Fantasy. Is it from 9? Or is it? Have I got that wrong? It's not 11. I'm pretty certain it's not 11. I can't remember what 11 was. I played 7, 10, 12. Which Final Fantasies have I played? I've gone full deviation. Full deviation now. I have played Final Fantasy video games. I'm pretty certain it's 7, 10, and 12. Have I played 12? I don't think I have played 12. No, I have played 12, but I didn't finish 12. Final Fantasy 13, I definitely played all of and finished. 14, I think I did. 15, I know I played a bit of, but I didn't finish. And I haven't touched 16. Yes, there we go. Anyway, that is completely completely superfluous information to Tale of Many Warhipsters, but I wanted to figure that one out. So there we go. 10 was my favourite. I loved it. That was because it's the one I played. I actually played 10 first. It was my first Final Fantasy game. I did play the original 7 later, and then I played the part 1 of Final Fantasy 7, which I also really enjoyed. But no, this is great. It's painted very, very well. First and foremost, everything's painted very, very, very well, and it very much captures the Final Fantasy of the time. It very much captures the color palette of the time, and like how it was like just kind of like it's got the vibe of the video game in there, which is perfect. It's exactly what you want when you're trying to reproduce a video game character. So it's really, really well done. It's really nice. Streeper, you're one of the most encouraging members of the community, and with this model proving you're one of the best painters too. Couldn't agree more, Fake Street Spirit. You guys are fantastic. You're all beautiful. And this is beautiful as well. Nailed the aesthetic. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Absolutely crushed it. Well done, Street B. A lovely little treat for us. Right, next up, Croto, and we have a Dwarf King with shield bearers, I believe. That's what it's called? Is it the shield bearers? Is that what it's called? My knowledge is failing me. Dwarf King. It's from the old world. We know that much. Dwarven Mountain Holds. This is Dwarf Lords with shield bearers. Oh, I got it. My brain did not fail me. Love it. Another win for the square bases. Agreed. I like this. I like this a lot. It's a really lovely model. It feels a lot more open than it does in a lot of the photographs from Games Workshop. And that's, I think, because you've photographed it from a different angle. And I like it a lot. I mean, I love your colour scheme that you've gone for here. I like how it's just sort of slightly pared back a little bit more. Again, gritty, grounded, and realistic in terms of its colouring. Rather than sort of like, again, if you look at like the box art version, it's very bright. Very, very, very bright indeed on the box art version. But what I like is that you kind of paired it more towards sort of a realistic tone, which actually just, it makes it feel a lot more a lot more grounded, which I know I've said before. I've said tonight as well, but I like that very much. I love the vibe. I love the tone of it, which is really, really cool. Like, I really love this colour of the beard on the shield bearer on the right hand side. This guy over here. I think that's really, really special. Earth, Wind and Fire, the bearded trio. Do you remember? The bronze shield is so good. Agreed. What did you use for the shield, asks Darksider. It's a great question. That is a great question. Chat, thank you very much for getting to 54 likes on the stream. That's very, very kind. Can we get to 60? 60 is our next port of call. And just for fun, have 5 gifted members. I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you're enjoying this evening. Are you enjoying this evening? Am I doing a good job on my own? Does it work? Is the format working? On my own? I'm not saying we're going to do this for the last 2 episodes after this, but are you enjoying this one? I hope you're enjoying this one. Just like I'm enjoying all of these submissions. Yeah. No, these are great. This is great. Oh, and then worst painter here goes and drops 50. What are you doing, brother? Hungry Bert with 5 gifted Warhipster members as well. Thank you so much. Guys, stop it. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Thank you. 50? Outrageous. He's 10 times more generous than I am. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you so much. Ooh. That one hit me, actually. That got me in the emotional feels right there. Thank you. It's because I'm all over the place tonight. You got through my defences. Oh no, not another 50. Stop! No, don't. Oh dear. No, we broke it. Yeah, no, that did it. Thank you. Oh dear. Oh dear me. Niles Johansemic, thank you very much for 5 gifted Warhipster memberships. Oh my goodness me. Liam got gifted. Well, now we know someone who isn't subscribed to my channel. Maybe I should turn off my sub to Liam. Everyone here is the best. That's so very kind of you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. Oh dear. Oh dear me. Whew. Hold on. Let's have some caffeine juice. Lovely. Delicious. Oh. Whew. Oh my goodness. Ryan Reynolds received a gifted membership. Can you imagine? Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Whew. Alright. Thank you very much, Croto, for your Dwarf Lord. Love it. Let's move on to Fake Street Spirit. Hello, Fake Street Spirit. We have Pontifex Zedestra, Vulcan Histan. We have the Twist Wield. We have a Night Goblin of some description. I'm not sure which one that is. And we also have an Annihilator in the colours of the Celestial Vindicators. Overall, an enormous amount of work also. Captain Manorings, thank you for 29 months of membership. I think it is definitely working. It is definitely working. Yeah, we're definitely getting. Where is Cavill's membership? If only he was subscribed. No, this is. I mean, a bit. Behold, Fake Street Spirit's work. Stop talking about me. We're talking about Fake Street Spirit. It's nothing to do with me. So very generous. Thank you so much. Whew, brain, engage. Engage brain. Engage brain. Hungry Bert, thank you very much for being a member for 21 months. Too much to look at. I know, there's a lot. There's a lot of really, really, really cool stuff going on here. So, like for example, the Pontifex Sinestra, flawless. Flawless Pontifex Sinestra. The Twist Wheel, however, down here, absolutely fantastic. I love the kind of thing that you've got here, Fake Street Spirit, of all of this stuff. Again, Warcry. You see what you're saying. Perfect Warcry-ness. Warcry going on here. Laura Brand has been a member for 28 months. Oh yeah, I forgot about these. Oh yeah. Cloud2466 has been a member for 19 months. Is this the best community in the planet? I think so. I think so. For sure. All of these long-term memberships. You are incredible. Thank you so much for your support, guys. It means the world, honestly. I really, really appreciate you. Anyway, stop it! Fake Street Spirit! Tale of Many Warhipsters. Long Cannon has been a member for 17 months! I've been a member for 5 years. I've been the only... This is where Mark will come in at some point. With his many, 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 many months of... many months. Frostfills with 10 gifted Warhipster memberships. Guys, thank you. Thank you so much, Frostfills. That's very, very kind of you. Dana has been a member for 20 months. Guys. Stop. Oh, this is the intermission. The intermission. Oh. Oh, what a community. Incredible, incredible people. The Goblin is Borgit from Underworlds. Perfect. Thank you very much. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Tales from the Mustache, member for 7 months. Thank you very much. A mere amateur, but only at the beginning. James C has been a member for 4 months. Street B has been a member for 4 months. Reverend Chris Lawton been a member for 11 months. You might need that chocolate bar early tonight. I might have to go and get myself a cookie, a big chocolate cookie. You okay, Josh? You're acting like something odd happened. Something a little odd happened. You see, I asked if I was doing a good job, and then you all went crazy. Stop. Since we're at it, Yangmar has been a member for 31 months. That's incredible. Thank you so much, guys. Your support really does mean the world to me. I can't do this without any of you guys. Dan has been a member for 21 months. Best painted community. Love your Josh and chat. Illy has been a member for 17 months. Look at this. I mean, look. It's testament to how wonderful you guys all are to have stuck around for this long, being a part of this universe, this series, this community. I genuinely appreciate every single one of you, and it's lovely. It's lovely stuff. Sorry guys, have to go. Thank you for your kind words. You are all amazing. You're very welcome, Son of Sanguinius. And then Worst Painted here with a $200 super chat. We went crazy, don't I? You must have been drinking or something. Do I need to hit the intermission? Oh dear. Hang on. Genuinely, I have to just give me a second. We're back. Everybody, thank you so much. We're supposed to be focusing on you guys. This stream is about you guys. It's about the tale of many Warhipsters, not just Warhipster tells tales, you know. I'm not just here to talk about myself. I'm talking about all of you. With a cookie. No, I didn't get a cookie. I had a sip of my drink, and I wiped my face. Oh my goodness me. Thank you so much. Anyway, Fake Street Spirit. I love all of your paintwork. Well done. Good stuff. I particularly love the Celestial Vindicator, but I'm a big fan of everything you've done here, because a lot of these things are very complicated. So doing accurate Sylvaneth is very hard to do. Box art Sylvaneth is very hard to do, and you've done box art Sylvaneth, which is very cool. And Pontifex Sinestra is executed spectacularly, and the flames you've got on Vulcan Histan, excellent work. Well done. All right, next up. Oh no, wrong thing. Hey, whoa, whoops. Next up, we have Viking Minis 50. We have a Saturnine Dreadnought. We have the Saturnine Terminator Praetor as well, which is always a fun thing to say. Terminator Praetor. I enjoy that. I always feel like it should be Terminator, or it should have its own word. But the Terminator Praetor, and the Saturnine Dreadnought as well. Painted in the colours of the Salamanders, the box art, indeed. I actually really like how you've done the the way you've done the flames on the Saturnine Dreadnought. I actually think is I actually kind of prefer it in a way. I think it looks better than that sort of leopard spot thing. I think it's really cool. And then, of course, with the ultra hot magma on the base, it makes a little bit more sense then, right? It's almost like the flame has been activated by the presence of magma. If you see what I mean? Like it's licking up over through the paint scheme on purpose, because that's how it's supposed to be, as it were. But then I really love this sort of the red hot inner furnace of the massive siege hammer that the Terminator Praetor is carrying. I think that's very pretty. Let's see if he remembered to airplane mode his phone. I did airplane mode my phone, Worst Painter here, because I didn't want to be distracted tonight. Should I be turning this off? Should I be turning off airplane mode? Have you been naughty? Photography is brilliant on these two as well. It is photography. Viking Minis 50 is great at taking photos of his miniatures, but it's done a very good job here. Just paint job and photographs alike. I was not naughty. Oh, in that case, I shan't turn off airplane mode on my phone then. But clarifying things needed to be sent. Oh, I see. Okay. Right. I shall have a look at my phone then. Worst Painter here. I see. Thank you. That is a bit naughty. I get it. Please note that the super chat about you drinking was in fact a bribe. Had to make sure. I get it. I understand. It is a bit naughty though. But thank you so much. Very kind of you. Very kind of you. Taz from the Mustaches. Thanks, guys. Oh, you're very welcome, buddy. You're very welcome. You're an excellent painter of excellent miniatures. Well done. I mean, look at the sort of non-metallic metal volumetric shading that you've got going on the Imperial Eagle on the cloak of your Saturnine Terminator Praetor. Very well done. It's very cool. Like you always just balance these things so well. They're also moody, and clean and beautiful, suitably dark and suitably grim. It's really well done. You're a very talented painter, Viking Minis 50. Very talented painter indeed. Next up, we've got another very talented painter indeed. We have Mr., or rather Captain, of the Manorings. The Captain Manorings. With a Great Eagle. A fledgling Great Eagle, because of the white. And we also have some Night Goblins as well. Ooh. And Night Goblin Archers, I believe. Round bases and square bases together. But Gobbos, nonetheless. Painted in Captain Manorings' inimitable style, which we love very much. It's the fabulous sort of the way that you paint your bases with your miniatures that look like if we were to throw a UV light on them, they would completely change vibe. But they don't. But they look fantastic. I love your style, Captain Manorings. You have such a command of light, a mastery of light. You are the captain of your painting ship, and you know it. The eagle is chef's kiss. I mean, the eagle is spectacular. The blend on the beak, that sort of the bone into the blue into the black. It's very, very, very nice. And the little eye you've done as well on the eagle, spectacular. I love the yellow feet. The yellow feet with the black claws. It's very nice. It's very, very nice. Very simple, but very, very effective in terms of your colour choices that are going on here. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Yeah, he's a talented little boy, isn't he, Laura? He's a very talented boy. And the banner, yeah. Again, the color placement and shading that you've got with the yellow and the darker orange around sort of the way it kind of moves into the bottom of the banner. Giving you that command and mastery of light, right? The brightest part of the yellow is the top of the banner, and the darkest part is towards the bottom, giving you that impression of shadow. That's why he's so good at it. Always enjoy your colours, Captain. Agreed. He's the captain of colour, the captain of light, captain of his own ship, captain of the Warhipster community. I didn't give him his rank, but I wish I had. Lovely stuff. Really well done. Next up, we actually do in fact have Laura with Arthur Dent and Trillian from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And I know this, I knew it as soon as I saw it because I saw the towel, and I was like, "That's it. That has to be." And then, of course, I read the caption, and you were like, "Yes, it's Arthur Dent and Trillian from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy." And like the tartan dressing gown, spectacular, right? Spectacular. These are great. They are great. I wanted to get them all in the same month, but it wasn't to be. So what else have you got left to do? Is it the entire the entire crew? Marvin, Zaphod. Oh, and Ford as well. Right. Ford, Zaphod, and Marvin will be next month. Oh, lovely. And that's a set of 5. Where do they come from? Where do they come from? Out of interest. The patterns on Arthur Dent, right? The dressing gown's perfect. Like even like that sort of the wispy hem, sort of that fluffy hem. Just each strand just being picked out individually. It's really, really, really nice. And then of course the striped pajamas. It's just all kinds of showing off here, Laura. Really, really nice. They're from Tangent Miniatures. Okay, cool. Nice. The jumper on next month's one is even better than the dressing gown on this one. Oh, so there's more. More to come. Ooh. Looks like they're based off the book's 70s version rather than the modern film. Looks that way to me, which is the correct place to be. I mean, we can't really base it off of the radio. The radio is the radio dramatization, I guess, to me is my Hitchhiker's Guide. It's my favorite iteration of it. The one that was done on Radio 4. I don't know about anyone else. But yeah, no, these are lovely. Well done, Laura. Really good stuff. Alright, next up we return to the Middle Earth, but also Raccoon City. From Ricky Drinks Paints. We have Gimli and Legolas. And 3... These are original metal Galadrim, right? But we have Legolas and Gimli. I believe these are the versions from Helm's Deep. And we have a Nemesis bust from Resident Evil 3. I believe these are the old metal ones. Quick question, kids. Any tips on colours for Drakari skin? First I've ever painted, so I'm unsure. Depends kind of on the vibe you're going for, Carl. There's a couple of schools of thinking. You can basically go for vampire skin and just use something like Soul Blight Grey. Or you could go for something like some thinned down Agrax Earthshade to get that sort of more Rakarth flesh vibe. There is also precedent to use something like Magos Purple or even like just Druchii Violet to give it that sort of like really drawn sort of colourless skin almost type vibe. Those are my recommendations. Or you can just kind of... I did the Lady Malice version where she actually got quite a little bit. She's got a bit of warmth to her skin. So in that video, there's how to do her skin as well. Fab work, Ricky. Agreed, Dana. These are awesome. They are indeed. I love these. Yeah, OG Metal Elf, some of the best MESBG sculpts in my opinion. Yeah, I completely agree. Now, the MESBG superfan, worst painter here, he and I disagree. We agree on most things, but we disagree on the thing we disagree on is on the elves of Middle Earth. My favourite is the Galadrim, and like these are some amongst them. One of my favourite things about them has always been the twisted the twisting up the bow. I always like that as a little detail on them. But I loved these models when they first came out because I loved the Two Towers so much when they first came out. That's why it's my favourite. It's my favourite of the Lord of the Rings films, right? So, you know, it was always good. They were always going to be my favourites. So yeah, I absolutely adore these, and you've done such a nice job on them. Again, in your style, they have that kind of pared back. They're not as bright, you know, not as you know, warm and bright in as they are perhaps on the box art, and that's where they really works here. So you capture the essence of them at night, basically. You do such a good job with the way that you paint these things. Carl, apology, thank you very much for becoming a member. Again, don't know why that had stopped. It happens. Things drop off, right? You never know. Change of card. YouTube's funny. But thank you so much. It's very kind of you. Didn't have to do that. Thank you. Oh, you off now, Street P? I will see you later. Amon Hen Gimli from memory. Ah, there you go. Oh, yeah, I think it is, isn't it? I know the Legolas one because it's got the armor which he doesn't have previously to that. So it's that little shoulder guard that's going on there. That's why I know that one. And I think it's the Helm's Deep Gimli gains the male shirts. Maybe I don't know. Really like Legolas here. Yeah, no, it's perfect. And also, I really like the Resident Evil 3 Nemesis bust that you've done. That's really cool. It's very cool. Very necrotic. And very Nemesis. Is it from I mean, it is from the game, right? Or is it based on the film version of it? Is that where does the bust come from? It's very interested to know. But yeah, no, really well done, Ricky Drinks Paint. Love it. Thank you so much for sharing. That mail is a little tight across the chest. It's a little tight across the chest. That is no orc horn. Lovely. Next up we have Matt with another Saturnine Dreadnought, but this time, rather than the fire of the salamanders, we have the magical fire of the Thousand Suns. It's really nice, this. It's very... I don't think I've seen one done in Thousand Suns colours. I really like it. I really like the scarab on the... What's that? That's a shoulder. The left shoulder. I really like that scarab. And then, of course, to pair it with the Thousand Suns moon on the other side, that's really nice. It just lends it definitely reads it immediately as Thousand Suns, which is really, really cool. And it's funny, like this model, it's one of the ones that works so well across all of the legions. I think that about a lot of the Saturnine stuff is that it can be painted across a lot of the legions. There are some things that just kind of don't fit, really, or that feel like they don't fit. Like the new Mark II Jump Pack Assault Squad works really well, I think, for a lot of the kind of more martial legions, but it looks strange when it's painted as Thousand Suns, because Thousand Suns have got such a unique look to them, right? Whereas this one actually just really supports the vibe, right? Which is really, really cool. It's lovely to see it. So it's really nice stuff. And I like the blue of the plasma coils we managed to get there. And the tone of the red's nice too. It's really good stuff. And there's really... it sounds like a small thing, but you managed to get that freehand of the black stripes straight. which is not... Again, it's not easy to do. Large panel. You know, sometimes it's actually easy to get... Like, sometimes it's easier to do a hazard stripe than it is to do a large panel with in three different... three different sections. So well done on that front. I need to get Josh a slightly too tight male shirt that goes past his feet for his Ardacon cosplay. Yes, we do. I mean, I've always wanted a male shirt. I've often thought about making one out of the rings. There's loads of tutorials for doing it, but then I'm like, I don't have the time or the patience. Love seeing the heresy stuff come through. Yeah, I agree. It's lovely stuff. Well done, Matt. Really good stuff. Next up, we go to Warcry once more from Frostfills. We've got the Fire Slayers Warcry team, whose name I can't remember. What are they called? Fire Slayers. They are called the Vulcan Flame Seekers. Yes. Now these are some of the prettiest. What are they called? Fire Slayers miniatures the Games Workshop has ever made. And it's a shame that they stopped there, because there needs to be more of these, because these are really, really nice. And I love, again, so we talk a bit about like kind of the warmth and temperature of miniatures. We've done that a fair bit tonight, of course. It's one of the things I often bang on about in Tale of Many Warhipsters. But I love the temperature of this, right? Because it's kind of like, again, it's slightly more muted fire, you know, which is kind of which gives it a very, very interesting vibe, but it's a really lovely temperature. It's a really lovely tone for these. Again, it just moves it more towards that sort of naturalistic tones, which makes it feel more realistic, which sets it in a kind of much more grounded universe, which is really interesting. That's something that a lot of you are doing right now with Age of Sigmar miniatures, because Age of Sigmar as a setting is very, very larger than life, very much larger than life, but these are not larger than life. They are Dwarden after all, but what it's done is it kind of puts them towards this more old world style, if anything. And even old world can sometimes be larger than life, right, in the way it's painted. But I really, really love this vibe. I really love the way this is painted. I mean, if you paint up Smaug, you could take him to Ardacon. I mean, yeah, I could. I can't wear Smaug though. Frostfills, thanks. Oh, you're very welcome. No, I really, really like this. I really like it. I love the colour of the flesh you managed to get here. The orange of their beards and hair is really, really, really nice. It's spot on. The little tiny magma droth here looks adorably cute. It's painted really, really well. And again, just like the clean metals and stuff that are just like, you've got the right, like the parts that need to be sharp are sharp. If you see what I mean. This is what it lends itself towards. I really like a sharp metal. That's why I do quite a lot of my stuff with Iron Warriors, Null Oil, and then Iron Breaker, because it makes things look really sharp, which is why I like doing that. That's just one of my favorite. It's my favorite type of vibe for metallics, and like you've done it really, really well here. Like I said, the skin looks really soft, which is really good, really good, really, really very good. Nice, well done, you. Lovely. Right, next up, we head to the 41st millennium with Taz 2070, who gives us an Arjak Rock Fist. Warcry wins again. Warcry, Warhammer Underworlds. Two of the best ranges of miniatures that Games Workshop produces, and they don't produce anywhere near enough models for it. Have people been painting more dwarves to avoid buying new Chaos Dwarves, or whilst they're waiting for new Chaos Dwarves? We are a little bit out of whack at the moment, of course, in terms of where we're at in the thing. Presumably, Housemans of Hashut boxes only just showed up like a week and a half ago for some people, and of course now the next stuff is on pre-order. So yeah, you can look forward to a bunch of painting videos from me this week about all the new Housemans of Hashut stuff. But anyway, Taz 2070 here has done an excellent job of the mighty Arjak Rockfist. Sadly, only had time for my Earth submission that month. What are you talking about? That hammer flies upon the wind, and whatever it hits, you can be certain that some things it hits will be set on fire. There is Earth, Wind, and Fire right here. I mean, it's in the name for Earth. He's Rock Fist, right? But Earth, Wind, and Fire, all present within one model. Absolutely 100%. That's what I took it to mean. Oh, goodness me. No, it's great. It's really nice. It's very clean, very, very precise, and it's just really, really well painted as an Arjak Rockfist. I love that you've managed to pick out all of the battle damage that's sculpted in. I love that. I love that as a thing that they've sculpted into some of their miniatures in more recent times. That's really cool. Subadan Khan has it as well. The new White Scar on bike. He's got some battle damage sculpted into the miniature, which I think is really cool. And I'd like to see them do it a little bit more. Not too much more, but a little bit more for their models, because it is good. It adds a certain layer of something, and then when you've picked it out like you have, Taz, it's not overpowering, but it means that you can still produce a really clean miniature. Excuse me, you can produce a really clean miniature with that detail sculpted in, which therefore just balances it very nice. So it's a very clean, damaged model, which is very, very cool. It's nice. It's really, really good vibe. Very clean, says Fake Street Spirit. I couldn't agree more. It's lovely stuff. Well done, Taz. Next up, we have Yamail Yangmar with some Hero Quest miniatures. First skeletons come from the earth. The screams of the townsfolk reached the mountains on the wind, and so the orcs descended and everything ended in fire. Yes, we go to Hero Quest once more with some skeletons and orcs. These are just some absolute classic miniatures right here. Absolute classic miniatures. They look fantastic. I love the green of the skin on the orcs. I love that. I mean, we talk about this all the time, right? It's different kind of tones of skin colour for the orcs. And of course, sort of the more Games Workshop vibe that they go for these days, which is that more pale green. I really like that, but I love it when you see this kind of more classic, like vibrant green skin for the orcs. It's very, very, very pretty. And then, of course, it's just they're very classically coloured miniatures, right, with just brown as the other colour for the orcs and so on and so forth. It's lovely. You really captured a moment in time with your paint job here, Yamail Yangmar. I really, really like it. It's very nostalgic, very, very nostalgic for that kind of those early tabletop things. That's really nice. Is it, like I said, captured in the colour choice, 100%. It's just nice. It's got a retro vibe to it. The models themselves are retro in and of themselves, but to replicate the scheme like that so well, it's really, really pretty. It's very, very good. It's nice. I like it. Well done. Nice. All right. The gateway for so many. Yes. Yeah, 100%. Thanks. Went for a more Warcraft orc look here with the dark green and red hair. Yeah, that's kind of what I was... Yeah. Yeah. I don't... One of the things I don't need convincing of is to dive into Warcraft stuff. I have resisted it for so long. I'm doing so well. Isn't Wrath of the Lich King, though, been re-released as a classic? Oh no, the Cataclysm Classic is where it's at. Odd. Anyway. Stop it. Stop glooming. Classic is already in Pandaria. Oh, for goodness sake. I loved Wrath of the Lich King so much. That was my favourite thing in the world. Oh. I spent so much time on that game. Oh, well, if it's on Pandaria, that's fine. That means it's beyond my... It means I've managed to avoid it. Hi, everyone. Made it on. Wow, these models are amazing. Hello, Tattooed Zoologist. How are you? But no, thank you for sharing this email, Yangmar. I really love it. Even though I nearly wobbled there. I was like, ooh, hang on a minute. If Wrath of the Lich King Classic is a thing, then someone's going to get down. No. Avoided that dreaded fate. Good. Thank you very much, email Yangmar. Right, next up, Mr. Hughes 95 was the Green Goblin. This is great. I really like this. I love how cartoony it is. And that's a good thing. Like, particularly with the fire and the smoke. Very, very cartoony. Very, very cool. I like that. It's very, very, very well done, right? But it very much captures it's very cartoonesque, right? It's very, very good. But I love how bright the rest of your colours are, right? So like the blue of the speeder, what's it called? His something wing. I can't remember. But then just the vibe of the green armor. It's so very Spider-Man 1, Tobey Maguire. I like it a lot. His glider. Thank you. Great work on this goblin, Mr. Hughes. Yes, it is really, really nice. It's very pretty. Like I said, I think Spider-Man 1 Green Goblin. Spider-Man 1 Green Goblin had a very sort of metallic look to him, but this very, very pale green. Especially when you look at some parts where it's been if you look at like it's in its original production, when he's in the daylight at the scene where where we discover that the Green Goblin's bombs atomize people at the carnival. That was it. It's so very, very green at that moment. Like at other points, it's very shadowed, but I love this vibe for it. I think it's fantastic. And you've just the parade. Yes, the parade. Yeah. Which, as I was pointed out to me the other day, when he throws the bomb on the balcony, MJ is right next to it. But the bomb vaporizes these other people and turns them into skeletons, but does nothing to her. And it's like, huh. That kill box is very, very specific, isn't it? So yeah, no, it's great. It's very, very, very pretty. Also, I don't know if anyone's ever noticed this. If you ever go back and watch Spider-Man 1, it's really funny. Like, the film itself is just very, 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 very funny anyway. And not in a bad way. It's just, if you watch it back now, I thought it was the coolest thing ever when I was younger, but now I think it is one of the funniest films I've ever watched. But for some reason, after Peter gets bitten by the spider, and then he goes home, and he passes out on the floor, for some reason, because it's just Sam Raimi, for some reason, during his, his restless sleep as after he's been bitten by the spell. For some reason, skulls flash up for some reason. And I don't know why it's so funny, but it just makes it seem so sinister. And it's so, like, honestly, next time you go back and watch it, look up for the skulls and you'll be like, why is there a skull there? It doesn't make any sense. Oh, but it's so funny. It's so funny. Honestly, if you don't believe me, go and check it out now on YouTube if you want. Just pull up another tab. It's very, very funny. But yeah, no, this is great. Thank you very much, Mr. Hughes95. Thank you. Oh, what a film. What a time to be alive. Next up, we have Illy with a mini Blood Angels diorama. We have Saint Celestine for the wind. And we have the Horror family. Sounds like my family when we get together at Christmas. Am I right? Thankfully, none of them watch any of my content, so they'll never be able to refute that. I take it because chat's gone silent, everyone is now pulling up Spider-Man 1 to see the skulls. But yes, now these are fantastic. The mini Blood Angels diorama, are those classic Space Marines or are those really tiny Space Marines? I can't tell. Like, how mini is that mini Blood Angels diorama? Because they look like the old push fit Space Marine to me. I don't know about anybody else, but to me they look like the old push fit Space Marine. But Saint Celestine looks fantastic. The wings are spectacular, very clean, very white, very bright, very cool. The gold is lovely, very nice. And then the Horror family, I really like the pink, like the pink horrors that you've managed to do there. They're very pink. It's spot on. It's a spot on pink there, Illy. So well done for that. Really nice. Celestine looks great. I'm a sucker for angelic ladies, though. Aren't we all? Everyone is. They're the best kind of models. Celestine, Yndrasta, the Celestial Spear. Best models. Yeah, no, fantastic work. And that skull in that scene is actually a jump scare. Yeah. They are those super small minis, not bush fits. Wow. Well, that's even better than I thought it was. Well done. Excellent stuff, mate. Well done. And that's like a sunken dreadnought there, isn't it? Did you print that yourself? Yeah, there's a crazy amount of detail on models that small. Yeah, 100%. Well done. Well done, you. Even to get like the green of the the wax seal on the parchment paper, on the purity seal, on the leg. That's really well done. Very precise. Very well done. Really cool. Ooh, a phishing email. Love it. I love those. No, it's great. Lovely stuff. It's just Dreadnought. It's just some parts that were left over from a Furioso Dreadnought. Do you know what? It's one of the things I don't actually have is a Furioso Dreadnought, the old one. My writing is bad today, but thanks for the kind words. Oh, trust me. My writing is awful. I tried to type an email earlier today. I'm going to have to send it tomorrow because I was trying to concentrate on writing an email. It was so bad I couldn't get through it. It didn't make any sense. I had to basically. I was writing an email in response to a company that wants to do a collaboration, but I don't think it's right. But they were sent a really nice, lovely email. I was trying to figure out a way to tell them no, and I was like, it was basically read like, "Hi, me no words good. I don't want collaboration. Thanks though, you great." I was like, "No, I'm just gonna come back to that tomorrow. See you later." Oh dear, where have we gone? It's what illness does to me. But there we go. Nice. I'd send that, to be honest. Well, sometimes I have, and people have just gone, I don't think that's the kind of person we want to work with. Comparing, it's from a plastic ring thing. Well, there you go. No, it's great stuff. Lovely. Thanks, Elite. Next up, we have Pip 242 with Canis Rex. We have some classic metal Grey Knight Strike Marines. We have a Vindicare Assassin, and we have the Always Saw Assassin, the Eversaw, which is one of my favourite. I think I've said this before on the channel. The Eversaw Assassin is one of my favourite named things, just because of what it represents. He's pumped full of combat stims until he either dies or is killed and explodes. So he's just always in pain and full of rage. So it's just called the Eversaw. It's like you guys at the naming department really just kind of phoned that one in, didn't you? It'd be like the Vindicare Assassin being called Accurata Shooterus. You know? It's very, very good. Hey Josh, look, it's Canis Rex. I have a Canis Rex. It's built, it's primed. Courtesy of Worst Painter here, sent one across. I just haven't had the time to do it. Like I said, we are rapidly approaching a time. Hopefully, we are rapidly approaching a time where things will die down for me a little bit, and I'll finally be able to get through all of the things I've been missing. So stuff like Helm Hammerhand, and Freyalaf, Olwyn, Leaf, all that good stuff as well. But also a bunch of like Halls of Thranduil, Canis Rex as an example. The Green Knight, I've got one of those to do for the Bretonnians. Tyrion, I've actually got Tyrion to do as well. Well, it's not really Tyrion; it's a High Elf Lord on horse. Cathay and all that good stuff. Hopefully, we're approaching that time very, very soon. So we're coming there very, very, very close. But yes, Pip 2 number 42 with their incredible paintwork over here. On, I mean, I think this Canis Rex is flawless, absolutely flawless. The transfer game is flawless as well. Really, really well done. Just spot on, exactly where everything needs to be printed, applied. So well done on that front. But I really like the kind of the the bright blue of the laser destructor there on the left hand side of the gun, and also the assassins. Even though I'm making fun of their names, are really, 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 really well done. And I have those old Metal Strike Marines somewhere, and they're great. They're fantastic. I kind of want to get some more. Because the ones I have from a long time ago, I butchered them because I thought I was some sort of converter when I was younger, and they are bad. I have done a bad thing to those models. They're almost unrescuable, so I kind of want to get some more so I can redo them, which would be nice for me. But there we go. I've also got some of the old Terminators as well, which I also need to do. Yeah. Not Strike Marines. No, they're not. They're not, are they? They're the Interceptors. Because of the backpacks. Is that right? But yeah. Stopping until you... I'm not stopping until you get it right. Fair enough. Yeah, I recognise the Justicar. I recognise that model from a million miles away. Thanks everyone, says Pip242. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Next up, we have GameX. You're up next, GameX. I'm not stopping until you tell us how you painted all of these miniatures. So, how's that then? It's almost like it was done on purpose. It wasn't. completely by accident. We have Earth because of the Garden of Nurgle. We have Typhus. We have Wind, Dark Angels. Angels fly in the wind. I like it. And Fire. This one seems obvious. Wish I'd been nicer to you now. Joking. Obviously, I'm joking. No, these are great. These are fantastic. I mean, these are some box art specimens right here, right? That Typhus, though, whew, that Typhus is very, very, very pretty. I like it a lot. You've done a really excellent job of that one. The green of the armor is spot on. I love that you've done the destroyer hive as well. Looking absolutely fantastic. The little Nurgle, the little fleshy Nurgle sat on his tummy. That's a really spot on colour there. I like the balance of the orange and the flesh you've got over here on your Flame Keeper. Is that what it's called? I can't remember. I do have that model, actually. Can't remember what it's called though. But yeah, your Deathwing. There's just subtle, couple of little changes, isn't there? It's just the helmet, isn't it? Does that come from Inner Circle Companions? Is that where that comes from? But it's really nice. It actually has quite a bit to that, and of course you've taken it off the Tyranid base. And I like that Terminator Captain a lot. It's very pretty. You've captured that bone of the armor of the Deathwing really well, and the fact that like the white of the Crux Terminatus and the various Terminator imagery on it doesn't like fall away, doesn't like blend into the scene, is really, really well done, GameX. It's great. It's good stuff. Captain has a couple of Deathwing editions. Yeah. It's nice. Oh, does it come from the Deathwing Knights? Is that where the helmet comes from? That's cool. That's really cool. Nicely done. Well done across all three. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect stuff. Love to see it. Thanks, GameX. Next up, we have Cameron, who I believe in his submission said Earth, I guess, which made me laugh a lot earlier today. We have a Zarakan, I'm pretty sure, Royal Warden with a lot of scarabs, and these are I love this scheme. I love that sort of that weathered bronze, rune or brass. I think it's brass. I'm pretty certain it's brass. I love that color. And I don't really like the basing as well. The basing's really, really cool. Like it feels like it's very much part of the very intentionally part of the scheme, right? So like the models feel very much intentionally part of that particular battlefield, which is very, very cool. And it makes it it helps elevate the whole miniature, which is really nice. It's a very, very cool vibe. But then I love the kind of the tone, again, tone and temperature of these models, of everything that's going on here. It's very, very nice. Like the green isn't too bright and voluminous in amongst the kind of the more industrial elements of them, which is really nice. It makes it just feel very atmospheric, very characterful, very mindful, very demure. It's really cool, Cameron. So thank you very much for this one. It looks great, and I like again the white stripe on the forehead. It's just enough, isn't it? Isn't it just? I mean, it is a Royal Warden. The Royal Warden does stick out from the other miniatures around, but it's really nice. And like you managed to get some like nice separation between all the metallics as well, like the silver, the dark, heavier, like black details, sort of brass, and the sort of more kind of warmer gold aspect of it. There's lots of metallics present on one miniature. I've just experienced it a lot with the Hellsmiths of Hashut, right? There's a lot of metallics present on one miniature at one point. It's very difficult sometimes to get them all sort of singing in their own right, but you've done a really, really good job of it here, so it's really nice. Thank you, Cameron. Right, next up we go to Rev Shan with Earth, Wind and Fire. We have, I believe that's Hera, Daughter of Helm, We have somebody from Blood Bowl, I think. We have Gotrek. And we have all three together. Earth, Wind, and Fire all in one place. Do you remember? No, these are lovely. It is the Blood Bowl team, isn't it? It's the goose. Is that right? Have I got that right? Or is that going to be... Is that from a different... I'm pretty sure. I'm going to look it up. Gnome Blood Bowl team. The Glimdwaro Groundhogs. It's lush. Lush. It's lovely. Love the goose. I do love the goose too. Ah, Sean says yes it is. Ah, perfect. I guessed correctly. Huzzah! Also, really like your Hera, Daughter of Helm, on horse. The white of the horse is really nice. I love as well that you've got that slight discoloration. Like it's that sort of slightly more fleshier, pinky thing on the muzzle of the horse at the end of its end of its nose. And I like the kind of... I really love the giant double axe for Gotrek. That's a really cool conversion to put on him. Because he has the one axe. It's facing down, isn't it? Is that his axe, but you've reoriented it up? Is that right? Is that what you've done? It feels much more celebratory. Because the one that they released doesn't feel very celebratory. He's just sort of going... Yeah. But you made him feel like much more triumphant, which would make sense being stood upon such upon his trophy. Obviously, Goose is the strongest model present. Yes, Goose all the way. And he has his shoulder pad in his arm. Oh, that makes sense. That's very neat. That's a very clever way of getting something else out of the miniature. Just to slightly reorientate it and reuse a part from the model. That's very, very clever. I like that. It makes it unique, which is cool. It also just shows how big the weapon is. When it's down there, it doesn't look that big. I was just looking at it then. Yeah, no, it's nice. Really well done. Celebratory pose. It definitely gives that vibe, right? So it's nice. I like it a lot. He's on the display base rather than the playable one. Yeah, I put mine on the displayable base. I think I can remove it, but I can't remember because I'm probably never going to play with it, right? So, I mean, I'm sure I will at some point put together a army list that does include him, but. It's nice. Well done. I found the names are hard to paint and you've done a super job, Sean. Yeah, you have. I really like the colour of the hat. And the beard, again. I really love the colours of the sort of... Well, it's a moustache, isn't it? Facial hair. And the goose is the winner. Goose for days. That goose is not cooked. But it will cook you on the field of Blood Bowl. Next up, we have Edward705. Who I know has been working on these for a little while. The Skaven Tide terrain, and has done an excellent, spectacular job of it. It looks perfect, perfectly grim, perfectly dark, perfectly weathered, perfectly painted. I love the color of the marble, the sort of the rust patches that are going on in that sort of metal casing. It's really, really nice. And then of course, like the green of the warp stone that's kind of been and I feel like it's been carved in there with a green with a warp stone weapon, or whether it was accidentally within the walls itself and they just didn't realize. But it's really, really nice. Yeah, everything here really, really, really well done. I like the wood is suitably grim. Yeah, it's just nicely weathered, perfect for games of Spearhead. So well done, Edward, because it's not easy to paint these. They're so detailed. They're so detailed, almost uncomfortably so. So well done. Well done. You're ready to play a bunch of games of Spearhead. I want to go to another Spearhead event. It's been a while. I really loved the one I went to. I thoroughly recommend them for anybody who's looking for a game to sort of tide them over. Spearhead is so good. So I recommend it wholeheartedly. And you can go and play with Edward. I'm just volunteering his time out. You can play with Edward. He's got a painted board now. It looks great. Hello, Semper Vivum. Terrain is so hard. Minis are much easier. Especially if you're going to paint stuff that says detail does this. Like, if you want to paint these really quickly, you can. You can do with just a series of dry brushes and it's done. But because there's so much detail going on here, it takes a little while to get this stuff done. So it's not easy to do. Well done. Well done, Edward. Good stuff. Only the faithful. Who shall be victorious, Edward? Who shall be victorious? It's Mini Painting Dad with this incredible iteration of Usharan, Mortarch of Delusion. I need to get down to a Spearhead event at Warhammer World at some point, but they tend to run them midweek. Yeah, I know. And I'm all the way down here in Cheltenham. I'm so far away. Who shall be victorious? Only the Mini Painting Dad with his Usharan, the Mortarch of Delusion. This is a bit good. Yeah. It is just a bit good, isn't it? Just a tad. Just a tad on the good side. Just letting the chat enjoy it for the minute. Kind of like with Dan's work. It's on par. It's on par for sure. I mean, if you look at like the green, the glowing green of the base reflected on the feet, but then you've also got like the light falling across the red folds of the cloak as it drapes across these fallen stairs. Like the way the light counteracts with sort of the necrotic flesh of the Mortarch. It's perfect. It's really it's just absolutely spectacular. I love the glow in his eyes, the red of the gem upon his brow, the crown of delusion, I believe that's called. It's just yeah, this is spectacular Mini Painted Dad. I think Dan and Mini Painting Dad just need to do their own stream. Yeah. I couldn't agree more. No, it's great. It's really good Mini Painting Dad. As someone who can't do highlights to save himself, that's stunning. It is great. This Usharan made me never want to paint mine. It will never be this good. Well, how do you think I feel? I'm the fool who painted one and put it on the internet and told people how to paint it. But not as well as Mini Painting Dad, clearly. It's great. It's perfect. Well done, Mini Painting Dad. Convinced that's just real fur. I mean, it well could be. It well could be. For all we know. Mini Painting Dad didn't paint it. He just took a photo. If he did just take a photo of Usharan, I'd question why you haven't alerted the authorities to Usharan's existence in the real material plane. You should probably get on that, brother. Oh dear. Right, next up we have Chorboy20 with, speaking of Spearhead, we have another piece of the Shaiish terrain, I believe. This is from Sand and Bone. Again, just another example of some really nice spooky colours going on here. Like the sort of weathered silver, that sort of that green sort of ethereal stone that's going on there. Then you've got the like the warmth of the candles hidden within the alcoves. It's nice. It's got such a mood to it. It's got a lot of atmosphere here. It's very Shaiishan. It's very funereal, I believe is the correct word to use there. This is cool. It is. I need to do mine. I keep meaning to do it, and I just haven't had the time, which is a shame. I will get to it. Again, I keep saying I'm getting towards November, December, when things should get a little bit quieter, and I keep giving myself more and more work to do. This one was also part of the terrain from Crypt of Blood starter kit. Yes, indeed it was. Which I think... Actually, no, I don't have that. I don't have that. No, I don't. Yeah, this is really, really pretty. I love it, Chorboy. I love it. That bronze/copper is just beautifully done, especially against the green. Agreed. Agreed. Lovely stuff. Really nice. Really nice. Well done. Right. Moving on. We now move to the Death Corps of Krieg with Helbrecht Brushworks with the artillery, the spotter from the Death Corps of Krieg heavy weapons team, I think. If I recall. I'm pretty sure. Either way, this is lovely. This is really, really, really pretty. I love this base. This base really tells a story, right? Because you've got that sort of... it's the equipment of the artillery spotter. Of the spotter, I should say. Resting on the wooden thing, a beam above all of the grimdark. There's such a story going on here that this is composed really nicely. It's composed perfectly. Excuse me. It's composed in such a way that it does actually just fully tell a story, a very practical story, which sometimes you don't. Sometimes it gets lost in like in like the production of a miniature, right? And there is a calling in fire from the sky while deep in no man's land. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like I said. It tells It viewing it places you within that universe, and like I said, it tells you what's going on. Everything that you need to know about what's going on around here, around the miniature, it's happening. You can see it within in the model. He's on the phone to his mum. Could well be. Isn't that just a clone vat though? Like, would he really be phoning Krieg Primordial Soup? You know? They are clones, aren't they? Krieg soldiers. I don't know the law. Edward says yes. Let's go with Edward. He's on the blower to Burgerstar. I feel like we talk about Burgerstar quite a lot here on the Warhipster channel. Probably more than Burgerstar gets talked about anywhere else. And Burgerstar is the best. Maybe the biologist who mixed the goop. Hey, Dad. The best by far. Indeed it is. I'm going to be sad. That's one of the things when we move away from Cheltenham, is we're moving away from Burgerstar. Which should be sad. Oh well. No. I mean, aside from like talking about like the sort of the vibe and the story of the model, it's painted flawlessly. I mean, you can see that just even in things like how sharp and crisp the highlights are on the cuff of the great coat. The great coat. It's just that piece alone right there. It's so precise, so perfect. It's really, really nicely done. It's just excellent. It's excellent stuff. Really, really well done, Helbrecht Brushworks. Right, next up we have Earth, Wind and Fire from Warhammer Mama. And you're going to have to explain this one, Dana, because I don't know what any of these are. They're painted spectacularly well. I really love the lizard. But you're going to have to explain where they come from, because I have no idea. McDelivery, I'm in. Ordering from McDonald's is great. I just wish it was McDonald's drivers who understood McDonald's stuff. You know? They are just little D&D minis I picked up at ChillCon. Oh, nice. Okay. I mean, look, I really like them. I really like the lizard in particular is very, very pretty. I love how cute the eyes are. The eyes make it look very cute. But then also you've got the spotting across the lizard snout. That's excellent. I love how you got the sort of the different sizes, and it's nice and random. It doesn't feel too uniform, which makes it, which is, you know, it's not easy to do, because I notice when I do things like that, things end up tending to start look like a grid system, which isn't ideal. But then I really like how you've got how all of this sort of the heat and warmth in the eyes of the fire, and I love how cold the your wind is. Strange sentence. I don't think I ever said that before, but there we go. Really like the fire lady. I really like the fire lady too. It's good stuff. No, they're excellent. They're excellent little miniatures. They are adorable as well. I do love a cute miniature. You guys find the cutest miniatures. I'm really bad at finding them. Also, having the time to paint them, you know. Do Krieg have any link to the guard who were with the Alpha Legion? Because they were the same. They may do. Krieg, they did. There was a uprising on Krieg. They did. They are naughty, so they were naughty at some point. So they're spending the rest of eternity trying to make up for being naughty. Is my understanding of how it works. That's why they don't. Attrition is the aim of the game. Well, these are great, Dana. Yeah, no, lovely stuff. Who makes them? Do you remember who makes them? Because I kind of want the lizard. I want to pick my own lizard. Josh's idea of a cute mini is the Infernal Enrapturess. Wow. That's so harsh. To be clear, no, it's not. I can't remember, just a little company. Ah, well, fair enough. Just a treat for us to see. You said you were bad at finding cute minis. I know what's not. I'm not that bad. Oh, these are great. Thank you very much, Dana. Lovely stuff. Next up, Cody Lilla with another. We have another knight here, but we also have Jean Grey as I think is the Phoenix. But we have Jagatai, not Jagatai, Corsaro, and we have a Iron Warriors Praetor, and then is that I can't remember who that is. I'd have to go and look. Yeah, anyway, we've got some lovely Marvel miniatures. The yellow on the knight is spectacular. I love the posing on it as well. That one, is that one the Acheron? Archangel. Angel X-Men. Ah, thank you. Thank you. I do want that Blood Bowl team. Oh, Dana. Please get the gnome Blood Bowl team. Please. I'd love to see you have a crack at it. It'd be amazing. Yeah, and then these are, I mean, there's again a lot of stuff to accomplish. A giant yellow, but like a muted yellow as well. Again, not easy to do. But then I like that sort of like the black isn't like a sort of oppressive dark black. It's got that sort of, it's got almost a bit of texture to it, which counteracts the yellow quite nicely. And again, it just creates a really nice like vibe for the night. Not Archangel, that was after Apocalypse got a hold of him. Oh, so it is just the Angel. I should really read up on X-Men. at some point. It's just difficult to know where to start with them because it's all over the place. It's so very, very confusing. At some point I'll do it. At some point I'll commit the time. But yeah. No, it's great. Love it, Cody. Really good stuff. I also really like your Corsair Khan. I love the colour of the Cyber Eagle. Really well done. Just eventually we've got to get a Corsair Khan on a bike. Surely at some point that's got to happen. Surely. Surely that's got to happen. Surely. But yeah. Anyway, lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Thank you, Cody. Next up we have Laucannon with Sigvald in his... Well, it's a very, very unique style. There's, again, very recognisable style, I should say. I love this. Again, so I've seen a lot of Sigvalds, mostly done in a variation of gold and purple, but seeing him here in this sort of the blue and silver, that's a really nice tone for him. Again, you never know what things are going to work, but I really enjoy this. It's really, really, really pretty. I love that the snow is just all over him, like his cloak is covered in snow. It's in his hair, and your wintry effects are always spot on, Laucannon. But yeah, I really like this, and I like how the silver feels blue, but by virtue of being surrounded by other versions of blue, like there's that trim across the abdominal and the pectoral muscles of the armor, or around the breastplate, I should say. And like having that blue there, just like rather than creating a full blue silver, that blue there helps make the silver feel even more blue than it actually is, which is a really nice way of doing it. It's very, very cool. But then you have the blue armor on his trousers, so it's a really nice balancing act, and it creates a really nice effect. It's very, very cool. Sigvald got tired of gold. That's fair. That's fair. He is the kind of person to change his outfit every other day. He's Sigvald the Magnificent, after all, and you've done a magnificent job. Very Norse indeed. Very, very Norse. Very Norse indeed. It's very evocative of Ragnarok. Well, the winter before, what's it called? What was the winter? Fimbulwinter. Like of the Norse during Fimbulwinter is kind of what am I getting that right? Am I remembering those right? I got something even more wintry coming for sweater weather. Excellent. That's what we love to hear. Is the filigree sculpted or freehand? I believe it's sculpted. I haven't looked at the model in a long time. I did paint it long ago. But yeah. Yes, you are. Yes, I'm getting it right. Yes. My memory hath not failed me. No. Lovely job, Laucannon. Thank you very much. I feel like we're coming towards the part of the year now, particularly in this country, where it's going to get nice and cold. And we're going to get to the point where the family photos are going to start coming through. So we're all going to be wrapped up in our sweaters and our jumpers and our hoodies at the right time for when, because if we see your family photo during the summer, it's going to be like, oh. You don't want that during the summer. You know, summer's hot, so it's going to be a lovely. It's so perfect, so on theme at the moment. Oh, your command of blue as ever is always inspiring. Well done. All right, next up from Hungry Bert, we have a really cool conversion for a Ministorum priest with the big, insane chainsword flamer thing. I like this. I really like this. It's a really cool conversion. It's kind of understated, but it still feels very. It feels like you've done more to it than you perhaps necessarily have done. I mean, there's a couple of part swaps in here and there, which are very, very intelligent, very cool. But I love that the gun is still insane because it's a chainsword attached to a flamer, which is just an insane weapon to have anyway. But I like that it's slightly more understated than the... Is it Pious Vaughan? Is that what the name of the model is? It's lovely. And then, you know, a big feather in a hat is always exactly is perfect. We love a big feather in a hat around here. That comes from the Empire, right? That's from the handgunners kit. I'm sure. I will not take my whole army outside in the snow for family photo, I promise. Well, that's up to you, Lau Cannon, if you want to do that. But you don't need to. You've got more than enough snow on your miniatures. Possibly the great swords. Ah, yeah. No, it's lovely. I mean, you painted it really well as well. I love the muzzle burn on the heat shield of the flamer. And then, of course, that you've got that soot on the end of the chainsaw. That's why it's an insane weapon. Why would you have a flamer attached to a chainsaw? Doesn't make any sense. But I love that as the vibe. And then I just like how the rest of him is quite... It's very inquisitorial, right? Because it's very dark, you know, the dark robes of the mysterious Inquisition. But then you've got that lovely sort of metallic-y red that's going on the shoulder. It's a very lovely little sort of, again, shaded really nice. It's got that lovely sheen to it. It's perfect. It's lovely stuff, Hungry Bert. Nobody experiences the Space Inquisition, etc., etc. No one expects them. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Lovely stuff, Hungry Bert. Thank you very much. Next up, we have Zara with, well, a full air wing, really, at this point. We've got some Xiphon interceptors, got Fire Raptor, got a Thunderhawk gunship, no less, for the Salamanders. Is that a Storm Eagle in there as well? Am I seeing that? Or am I imagining things? But these are great. Why would you attach a flamer to a chainsword? I think it's more, why would you attach a chainsaw to a flamer? You know? I guess you would... The reason you would want to do a flamer attached to a chainsword would be to speed up the serving process of, you know, a side of beef. Something like that. Anyway, these are lovely. We love the unit markings on the Xiphon, on the white scars. Like all the triangles and stuff, the tribal markings. Really well done. Again, at this scale, not easy to do. Not easy to do at all, but you've done a really, really good job here. Like, everything is proportional. Everything is nice, neat, very, very accurate, very precise. Well done. But I love... I mean, I've spoken about this before, Zara, but I love the green that you've got on your Salamanders at Legions Imperialis level. And then I love as well that, like, for a bit more of a Salamander's vibe, the windows are that bright hot orange. Like, inside the cockpit, they've just got every console on and every button is lighting up, you know. I like that a lot. That is a hell of a lot of firepower. Indeed, that is a lot of firepower in concentrated in one place. I mean, there was a time where the Fire Raptor gunship was one of the best models in the game, because, you know, the Vulcan Mega Bolter plus the quad, you could give it quad heavy bolters as well, and then it had the missiles, so it was just an uncomfortable amount of bullets it would rain down upon your opponent. In 8th edition, it was crazy good. In 8th edition, unfortunately, it was also a resin plane that was an absolute nightmare to put together, which is why I never got one. Because everyone told me, no, you'll hate that. You'll hate that more than anything else. I was like, okay, guess I won't do it. Yeah, no, these are great. Love a bit of Legions Imperialis. Eventually we'll get around to doing some more around here on the channel. Maybe in November, December, who knows? Hey, you're asking the wrong question. The question is, why would you not? Well, it's very true, Edward. Very true. Josh needs a big, horrible resin plane. Well, they don't make it anymore, I'm pretty sure. JR Hod 03 with a Spoilpox Scrivener. Looking suitably earthy. Looks fantastic. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I love the colour scheme we've gone for here. It just looks so sick. It kind of reminds me of like game design dirt, like a mud monster, as it were. Like, in a good way. Like the color of the big like the shouting mouth on his shoulder, like that right there. That's the thing. I love the tone of that. It's very grim. It's very upsetting. But then you've got that sort of like that yellowing of the paper, but like not like a yellowing of the paper, but like a sort of an illness yellowing of the paper. If you see what I mean? It's really good. And I like it. I like the vibe here. Like it's having that sort of like the grey. Of the quill. It's like decayed, it's dirty, it's not like bright and colourful like the box art chooses to do. So yeah, I love the vibe of this. I think it's great. Needs a big horrible resin plate. I genuinely don't think they do it anymore. I hope that they don't. Oh no, they do still sell it, but it is out of stock and it's horrible. It's my understanding that it's one of the worst models to put together in the universe. Like the Thunderhawk. Oh. Good old Thunderhawk. That reminds me, I need to ask Pete how he's getting on with the Warlord. It's been a while. Then you need two. No, I do not. I do not need them. I'm not playing. I can't use them, so they're utterly pointless. Thing on its back looks like it's just about to gob a massive greener. Very fitting. Yeah, oh, exactly. Like how it's been. It's just collected in the tongue. It's perfect. It's so grim. I love it, J.R. Hart. Thank you. Next up, we have Graham Bates. With another set of Skaven type scenery, this time much darker, much grimmer than it's a different vibe to what Edward did earlier. Again, very very nice as well. Like you've got the reflected green on the piece of terrain just here, like on the fallen pillar. That's really really nice. It's very very cool. But I love how there's kind of like a shimmering effect around the carved rune on the wall here the big Skaven rune here. You kind of see how it's like sort of like it's like the wisps of flame, like a wisp of flamey smoke just kind of dancing off of it. Like it's, you know, like if you've ever branded a wall before, that's kind of how it looks. It's nice. It's got a really really cool effect. But then of course you've got that sort of like the weathering of the gold and of the grey bricks and all that good stuff. Yeah, it's just very very pretty, very very nice. Hello Lewis, how are you? So you need two pointless horrible minis. Sounds like a mission for someone. It does sound like a mission for someone, doesn't it? But not for me. Not for me. But yeah, this is great. I love it. I also really like the kind of the paint job on this piece of the fallen the fallen statue, or the desecrated statue, I should say. It's like just that tone of that metallic there, so very weathered, like the very weathered sort of brassy bronze, with the sort of black stone next to it. It makes it just feel like a very sort of dingy. So that's it's a very dingy ruin, which is perfect, right? But yeah, lovely stuff. Thank you, Graham. Thank you very much. Next up, we have Flying Muttley with some. Well, we've got some. Are these Volkite support Death Guard? We also have the Sorcerer Lord, an Ogroid Myrmidon, and 10 Warriors of Chaos as well. These are great. I still can't get a Daewine because of the freaking import nonsense. I know, right? It's ridiculous. And he's still out of stock. Still out of stock. As is Gwai here. They'll never come back in stock. We'll be waiting for another year yet. Well, it will. They'll all go out of. They'll all get sold immediately because So many people must have them on their on their email me wait lists by now. But yeah, no, these are great. I love the red rune work that you've done here on the Sorcerer Lord. I think that's fantastic. It's very, very moody, very, very grim, but very dark and very. It's like Norscan theme, of course, with like that sort of the blue of the cloaks and stuff. And like I like the heavy black armor as well. It's very, very, very iconic. Very iconic. And you've done a really, really nice job of it. It's lovely. 1 week and it's a year anniversary of being out of stock. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely ridiculous. Maybe they've broken the mold and they're trying to get it replaced. Maybe that's what's happened. Maybe. Flying Muttley, this is excellent painting. Colours are just perfect. Yeah. We love your style, Flying Muttley. Like the sort of like, we've talked about it before, that sort of Renaissance painting style that you have. It's very like artistic. And it's lovely. You see them in the flesh as well. They're very pretty. But yeah, I love this. I love both of these. Your style just works so well across both Chaos Warriors and across the Death Guard as well. It's beautiful. It's historical painting. It works so well for Horus Heresy, right? Any longer and I'm going to throw an old school metal dreadnought at the window at Warhammer World to send a message. Release the Eagle Lord. Write the message in carved out pictures of carved out letters from a magazine. Wrap it around an old dreadnought and fling it through the window. Rest of the 1,000-point force might be coming next month. Got an event this weekend that I was fighting to get painted for. Nice. Is that next weekend coming? Rest of the 1,000-point force. You must be quite close to 1,000 points there, though. Surely isn't it 200 points for like 10 warriors or something like that? It's crazy expensive. Maybe a third. Just over a third. My memory of the points is really bad. I thought I had a really good handle on it, and then they changed things, and now I can't remember anything. All I know is prosecutors are 150 points. That is seared into my brain. But everything else is completely gone. Because they should be cheaper. But I understand why they're not, because they're really good. I don't need 6 more. Do 18. No, stop it. Anyway, as I was saying, if it doubles in January is I kind of want to do 18 prosecutors and like a Knight Vexillor, and that's it. It should be fun. But that's like early January, and I probably definitely don't have time to do anything for it. So there we go. Anyway, lovely stuff, Fly Butley. Thank you very much. Next up, it's Chris Lawton, and he's done Gotrek as well. Having started on a path to glory, Barry calls in extra support for his earthy crew from a harpooner and the infamous Gotrek to collect some precious but explosive Emberstone. Lovely stuff. So we've got some of the Vongrim, one of the Vongrim from the new Caradron Overlords, and of course a Gotrek. Gotrek's quite popular in your house, is it? The Lawtons. He's great. Again, so this is the option we were talking about earlier. So Shard's one is the more celebratory, sort of, you know, casting his hands into the air. This one naturally is the one is the built as per the box art. Funny story about that. Oh no! And you guys feeling better because you were sick this month as well. It's been going around, hasn't it? I love this base of the Emberstone. Like these crystals that you've got here. Are they painted or do they come out of the box like that? Is that like how you find them? Because either way, they're very cool. Off the sprue. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, Barry's making friends left, right, and centre, isn't he? He's slowly becoming the most famous man in the world of Age of Sigmar, in the mortal realms. It's lovely stuff. Don't say the word. What word? Fire. Lovely. Great stuff. Thank you, Chris. It goes to say, of course, you've done a very good job of painting all of your miniatures. Naturally, I really like that color of the Von Grimm Harpoon crew. But also you're very different to Shan's Gotrek. Again, just the orange of the beard, spot on. Love it. Very fiery slayery, one might say. Lovely stuff. He'll have a drink with anyone. Great lad, Barry. That's just what I mean. He brings people together. In a time of division, Barry is the one that unites the realms and everyone else. That was a mini of the month. Was it? The Von Grimm. Was it? Oh, that's cool. He has his own Instagram. I'm aware. He's getting about his Barry. But yeah, no. Thank you very much, Chris. Next up, we have Eron with some of the flying custodies whose name immediately went out of my head. What are they called? Horus Heresy, Forces of the Emperor, and Legio Custodes. They have a name. They are the Venatari, is what they're called. I got there before everybody else did. And then you're all going to type it. There you go. Eron's typed it. The Venatari. Yeah, I love these with the spears. I think they look so good with the spears. I didn't like them when they first came out with the bucklers and the pistols, because I kind of thought that was a little lame. Like, custodians use spears. What's this buckler and pistol nonsense? But yeah, no, I love that you've gone with all three spears. They look great. I mean, we love your scheme around here as well. Your scheme is fantastic. But I just like that you've got the sort of the lighter armor of the brown of the boots. They're very. Then I like them a lot more than I used to. And you've done a really great job of them. I'm working on mine. Oh, there you go. Great minds think alike in the Warhipster community. That's what they like to roll with. It's good stuff. Well done, buddy. You say you've got... I mean, I know we ask this every single time. You've got like another 3,000 points to go, right? You must have one of the most spectacular Custodes collections. You will have one of the most spectacular Custodes collections in the entire Imperium of Man. The 10,000 themselves all together. But yeah, no, great stuff. I will also say, like, you know, I like the... Is that white? It is white, isn't it, on the wings of the jump packs? It's not silver. You haven't done silver on those, have you? I like that as a choice. And it's the same, still in boxes. Yeah, I've got similar. I mean, most of mine are plastic kits, apart from I've got a, what's it called? Telemon. I've got a Telemon Dreadnought. I got a Telemon Dreadnought, 6 Virtus Praetors, 6 more Alaris Terminators, another box of what are they called? Not Guard, the other one. Are they called Praetors as well? The hackier ones with the axes. Can't remember. I've actually also got a Trajan Valoris because I use Wardens. Thank you. I use my Constantin Valdor as my Trajan Valoris stand-in, but you know, I shouldn't do that. I like how the flight stands disappear in the photo. See, that is the benefit of the flight stands, is that you shouldn't notice them. That's the benefit of them. That's what I like about them. I wish they would disappear. I mean, they're not. There must be particularly hard work with a resin miniature on a plastic clear stand. That must be a nightmare. Ugh. I'm sorry you had to deal with that, Eron. But thank you for submitting, and well done for doing it. It's good work. Next up, we have Kawaii Fury, who has done some Cathayan cannons. We have one Great Grand Cannons and a Cities of Sigmar cannon. And like together, they kind of work, don't they? It's interesting. I wouldn't have thought that they did, but they do. It really works together. I like it a lot. It's yeah, it surprises me that it works so well together. Like they're very clearly different forged cannons, right? but they don't feel a million miles away from each other. Like, one is a much more smaller barrel with a larger, what's it called? Palisade? Is it a Palisade shield? Is that what they called them? Anyway, the big shield on the Sigmar cannon. But you can see how, like, provincially these things kind of work together. And it's nice to see that the cannon works on a round base too. Like the Cathayan Grand Cannon works on the cannon as well. So that's great. They're fantastic. I love that. I particularly like the jade of the dragon head around the Grand Cannon. That's really nice. I like that. Just the red that you've got on the shield of the series cannon is really cool, especially with the blend of the darker red towards the bottom. It's only half the gunner crew. It's very tight. Yeah, is that 5? It's 5 members of crew, isn't it, for the Cathay Grand Cannon? Is it 5? I think it's 5. Whereas I think the cities one only has like 3. So halving the cannon crew makes complete sense to me. But no, these are very pretty, really well done. I love the scheme. And I really love the jade of the dragon. It's a very pretty colour. What's the colour have you used on the dragon? I mean, the barrel of the cannon on the Grand Cannon as well is very, very nice. But yeah. So yeah, lovely stuff. Thank you very much, Kawaii Fury. We now have some Space Wolves from Kumbuka. He's done a whole 10 of the Wolf Guard Terminators when I haven't even done 5 of them yet. I've really got to get on with them at some point. Painting Terminators. Done a lot of Terminators these days. I do think these are some of the best Terminators that they've released, for sure. Games Workshop. And you've painted them so beautifully here, Kumbuka. I really love the pelt work that's going on here across all of them. It's particularly over the top of the pack leader. It's got the big one draped over the top of his house. So his Terminator house is, but these are great. It's really, really lovely. The blue is perfect. The frost axes look fantastic, suitably cold, which is excellent. And I love it's a small detail, right? But I really love that red binding up the great axe. That feels like that feels like this colour right here on the sword. See that? There, feels like that colour. You know, that's off that right there is often my reference point for something like that. So I love that colour. It looks really, really good. Lovely, lovely stuff. Right, last but not least, we have BC, Brandon Connley, with, I believe, another Trench Crusade iteration. You guys will know better than I do. But I love this. This is very, very cool. But I don't know where it's from. Because I suck at recognising miniatures. I haven't got Adam here to point out if it is Trench Crusade or not. But this is really nice. I love the kind of, again, there's a bit of volumetric stuff going on here, right? So like with the blue of the trim of his tunic at the bottom. More halberd chat. More halberd chat indeed. Do love a halberd. Halberds are the best. Halberds and spears. Love spears. That's why I really liked Subadan Khan, because he's got that big old glaive. That was close. Nearly knocked that down. And yeah, it's a big fan. Big fan. Ah, yeah, some Trench Crusade action. So what is it? What is it, Colonel? Do you know? Do you know for sure? But yeah, no, it's lovely stuff. Really, really, really good. So thank you very much, Brandon. Long time Tale of Many Warhipster. I mean, I say it every time, but it really has been since season 1. Still going strong. I can actually just go and quickly check in the Discord to see what he said about it. It is... didn't say anything about it. From the Crimson Brigade minis, I think. Oh, cool. Alright. Well, lovely stuff. Well done, everybody. That is Tale of Many Warhipsters, Season 3, Episode 10. All done. And I need to update this because we haven't been here for a while, but we have had quite a few things come through. We've had 126 new members. So, there you go. How was that for you guys? A solo Tale of Many Warhipsters. Did I do okay? Did I do okay flying solo? I hope it was as entertaining as it normally is. First paint. You naughty boy. Oh dear me. Okay, well, so what I do, this is where I'm dramatically underprepared, right? Because I've been flying solo tonight. So, typically, I hope this works. So if I go to this screen, you should see deadline number 11 will be October 31st. You know, it's not far away now. The theme is sweater weather, which is, you know, do with that as you will. And as always, you can submit via emailing me at therealwarhipster@gmail.com. You can go to member/Patreon's Discord server, or you can follow the Google form, which is in the link below. So there you go. That part worked just about. The other part of it that isn't set up is the actual prize draw part. So I'll do that now. With how will we do that? If we go like this, random number. No, hang on. Is that thing working? It is working. Excellent. All right, let me just check. That we got everyone present and correct. Yeah, I think we got. Oh yeah, no. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. Yeah, yeah, I think we're... Yeah, okay, hopefully this should work. Yes, this should work. So if I go... Hey! Alright, let's pick a winner, shall we? How many entries compared to last time? This was 60 today. But it's been a bit of a lurgy month. September was. So I expect there to be a few more next time out. Alright, let's click to spin, see who wins. this month's draw. The winner is Brandon Connley. Brandon, you won one! Congratulations if you're watching. If you're watching after the fact, you know what to do. Email me and you will get... I'll buy you something. I'll send you a voucher for your next set of miniatures. But well done. Congratulations to Brandon. And I also want to say a big thank you to everybody for hanging out with me tonight. And for hopefully enjoying A Tale of Many Warhipsters. A massive thank you to everybody who gifted, especially Worst Painter here, with an incredible amount of gifted memberships and super chats. Ridiculous support, by the way, just so you're aware. But thank you so much, guys, for this solo episode of Tale of Many Warhipsters. You have made it very easy. It's nice, obviously, to have the other guys here because we get to get more and more praise, get to bounce off each other. And so, obviously, hopefully, we get some of the lads back for next month, which will be in a couple of weeks' time. We should hopefully, illness and delays aside, we should be okay. I'm sure I've seen a bunch of you have been submitting stuff in Discord anyway for next month. So sweater weather, obviously the theme is sweater weather. We'll jump to this screen one more time, of course. Deadline number 11 is October 31st. So yeah, do with that what you will. Midnight, obviously, in local time, October 31st, whether that is for you in the world. The theme for next month is sweater weather. So do make of that what you will. And then you can submit in one of three ways. If those of you who don't already know, you can email me, therealwarhipster@gmail.com. You can use the members/Patreon's Discord server, or you can follow the Google form in the link below in the description of this video. And yeah, there's nothing really else to do. Have we missed anything? Missed anything from the format? Don't think we have. I mean, usually we do everybody talk about your highlights, but it's just me on my own. And like my highlights, I just love all of these, you know? Like, I mean, Dan. I think Dan probably is everybody's highlight today, with Sinessa and Dexessa. But I've really thoroughly enjoyed looking at all of your work, as I always do. So yeah, we'll be back in sort of two or 3 weeks with the next episode. And thank you very much for hanging out with me tonight. Oh, there's the sneeze. Yucky. Oh. Anyway, right, I should probably go and blow my nose or something, so things don't don't fall apart over the next 24, 48 hours or something like that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that one, and we will, provided I'm not sick tomorrow, we'll be back for Me Time Monday. Probably something Middle Earth related. Middle Earth Monday, maybe. Maybe we could get something built or painted. I don't know yet. I'm really busy at the moment. My brain is all over the place, and I haven't been very well, obviously, for a week. So it's been a bit of a ride here at Warhipster Towers. But thank you very much for staying on this ride with me. I really appreciate all of you. Can't do any of this without you. And yeah. So before we get too emotional, I guess it's time for me to run off. So I hope you have. Actually, before we go, so theoretically, if everything's all good, we should be having a stream on Monday and Wednesday, and we should have some Hellsmiths of Hashut painting tutorials for you on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. If you haven't already seen the Hellsmiths of Hashut sprue review box, you'll see all the stuff that's in there. We've got Anointed Sentinels, the Urzorn Infernal Razors, Hobgrot Vandals, Demon Smith on foot, and we have Urak Tar as well. So let me know the kinds of things you want to see, what you want to see first, and we'll get that stuff edited and we'll get it out for you this week and into next week as well. So yeah, anyway, Bye, everybody. Love you, chat. You're the best. Never stop being the best. You couldn't, because it's just in your nature, I suppose.